Shalom, shalom, everyone. Shabbat shalom. Welcome to another segment here at Beulah, TempleKefarym. Welcome, Shabbat shalom. So the first portion of class, as we all know, we come and we bring forth what we're thankful for. For those that's tuning in later, please remember, leave comments, your thoughts on the class, the lessons. Also, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you like and you also share. Make sure you like and you also share. So this portion is to share what we're thankful for. And when you do that, we will share it with the rest of the people that's watching on YouTube or that's watching on Facebook or any other platform. We're going to share it. We're going to comment. We're going to address it. We're going to acknowledge. So I'm just giving people time right now to come in. I see people are coming in. Shabbat shalom to the Facebook user. Peace to you. And what we're going to do is just probably play a song, get some people some time to come in. We know that we're coming into the holy season, so a lot of people are just prepping and preparing. But this is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful time of the year, and we're definitely going to have a beautiful time here on Beulah, TempleKefarym. And if you have yet to experience these type of things, make sure you contact people such as Princess Badiah, myself, or any of the people on the panel that you may see. So again, those that's tuning in right now, I see you coming in. Please make sure that you subscribe. Please make sure that you share, like. Trust me, today is going to be a wonderful day. The energy is just amazing now. We got people here on Beulah land getting ready for the season. So you want to make sure you soak in everything that we're going to be presenting. So I'm about to play a song right now. A song just to give people more time to come in. And again, as we're doing that, getting your thoughts, share with us what you're thankful for and giving praise and honor to the Most High on what you're thankful for. And we will share it. All right. So I'm going to play a song. Here we go.
Yeah. You told me search for you when I did that. You walked up on a dime where he hid at. With concern in your voice, like why you did that. He missed a chance you gave him to repent that. Parables from the prophets exposing sins. Instead of lashing out, had him searching within, hearing through the grapevine while he in that position. People look at you strange, keep your eyes on the mission. Listen, talk against the wife like a threat against the life. Now they don't want to hear the real, they only want what's nice. Speak on what you have, not on what you sacrifice. Don't want to kick it, they dog you, R.I.P. fight. But when I want to flip, you remind me of your servant. Tell me don't focus on them, remember who you serving. Everyone that's on their journey, son, you ain't perfect. Endure through the pain, the end gonna be working. But yeah, it's so hard for me to stop crying. They say I'm nonchalant when you know I'm really trying. No, you don't hear your daughter screaming, children really dying. Now, I ain't clocking your hands, no, you got perfect timing. I'm in no position to judge. Record got more than the smudge. Hope my words reach above. And a response follows, seeking answers in the bottle. Talking to you while I'm here, spill my heart, then hit thick. Regardless of errors, you know what I meant, you know my intent. So with every breath that you have lit, I better keep progressing, follow your direction. My wife every second, smash every record. Keep only the real in my section. Stay in your protection. Live it before I give a lesson. Think nation not connecting. Focus on the essence. Walk in faith and love, no second guessing. I'm gone. I guess you understand. Perspective. Yeah. I can't you get that when you let go yours. Walk with me. Point.
All right, you all. All right. That was Divine Perspective by Moya Dawood Akeem. Make sure you check it on this album. It's very inspirational. It is Torah centered as well on the topics. All right, you all. We have a few people here. So what we want to do is go ahead and get and get Salakli Princess and get our thankful words in and praise to the Most High. So if it's anyone there, please tell us what you're thankful for. And those that's here, we can go ahead and get started. Facebook user says, can you look on Facebook so we can see? I'm thankful for the Most High. Wake me up this day. Oh, this is Thomasina.
That's my lady in Philly.
Oh, okay. Shalom, shalom. Peace to you. Todah for that. Todah for telling us what you're thankful for, and all praises to the Most High for it. All right. Ishi, do you want to say anything? Come on. Go ahead.
Shabbat shalom lechalam. I'm definitely grateful for life, strength, not to be selfish, but I do understand. I'm grateful that my mission is here.
Turn it.
All right, you good.
Absolutely. I just want to say that I'm grateful to the Most High for life, of course, for strength, for my Beulah family. I'm grateful, and I don't know if this is a selfish thing to be thankful for, but I'm grateful that my Akeem and Akoti are here. I'm so grateful for them to experience Beulah Land's serenity. They already love it, and I'm just grateful that they're here. They're already ready to put their hands to work out their Shabbat. And I'm grateful. It's much needed for not just the ball, but for our family's healing journey. I'm grateful they could be here. This will be a great experience because they'll be experiencing certain things for the first time. Like, I believe the slaughtering of the lamb will be a first for many of them, I believe in person. So this will be a great experience. And I'm just grateful to experience with one of the people who brought me into this world, with, of course, the power and will of the Creator. I'm really grateful. I'm grateful for all of the Yeladim. I always say that Yeladim are one of the purest forms of humans there are. And I just believe we have to be delicate and very upright before them because they're always looking at everything we do. And I'm just grateful that there are a load of them here for this week. And I'm just grateful. I pray that we can be an example and an inspiration to them because I know that they need it. And I'm grateful to the Most High for allowing us to be in a position to be an example for them. Say
May the Most High be praised.
All right. Todah for that. Just your volume. No, just that. That's the echo. All right, you all. So we want to go ahead and share a video per request while we wait on a few more people to come in. Again, this is the segment where we say what we're grateful for, what we're thankful for. All praise to the Most High, and then we're going to go forward with our lesson. All right, here we go. I'm going to share the video.
This is for the people in the front and the back who's going through the day. You had a lot to do, and you know you got a lot on your plate. But then you gotta make sure you get through the day. And although we got a lot to worry about, I just gotta stop and say, you got it, you got it, yeah, you got it, yeah, you got it. Put your foot on the pedal, don't you stop it. Every day, life throws something at you.
we always getting stuck, thinking that the road's smooth, but it's kinda tough. It all could change up in a minute, as fast as change clothes after cleaning. You just have to put yours on, spread your wings and just soar, go. One day we all gonna see, then we can roll. I see rise, just gotta believe. First you got to plant that seed. Don't let no one pluck and keep it away, yes, out of reach. This is why, cause if you let them, they will bring you low. And you don't want that, just to let you know. I said that all to say you got it, yeah, you got it. Put your foot on the pedal, don't you stop it. You got it, yeah, you got it. Keep on going. Put your foot on the pedal, don't you stop it. Some say that love is an illusion to those willing to see. You can call me crazy, cause it's tale I do believe. The thought of my beloved keeps me grounded every day.
All right, you all. That was just a little video pertaining to here at Beulah land. We will have more addings to that video because and due to the event that's coming up this Yom Rishon this Sunday, and then the week to come with the holy days. So be on the lookout of that future video. Now that we have a room that's filled, we're going to go ahead and continue with giving praise and thanks to the Most High. If it's anyone here that wants to say what they're thankful for, I want to give praise to the Most High, please do so now. This is the time. Those that are on Facebook and YouTube, and or those that are here in the Knesset here at Beulah and TempleKefarym. All right, here we go.
Well, shalom, everyone. I would like to thank you for life to see another Shabbat, bringing me here safely to Beulah, and I would like to also give thanks and praise to the Most High for my
May the Most High be praised.
Hold on.
She always got that smile. You understand? She keeps that smile.
All right. Anyone else want to give honor and praise to the Most High for anything of today or this past week? Anyone? All right.
Shabbat Shalom, family. I would like to say that I am thankful to the Most High for family, peace of mind, waking us all up on this Shabbat. The love that we all share amongst each other, just bring us all together for these holy days. Yeah, just thankful for that.
May the Most High be praised. Tell everybody, sharp too, bro. I want to do that. Sharp.
Step the game up.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Toda for that. Adon Yahoo. Is there anyone else that wants to give honor and praise to the Most High? Anyone else? Anyone on YouTube? Anyone on Facebook? Anyone on the panel? All right. Well, I'll go ahead and say what I'm thankful for. I want to give honor and praise to the Most High. First and foremost, I'm thankful for the Most High.
Shalom.
What I'm thankful for. Shalom. I want to give honor and praise to the Most High. Thankful for peace and for protection of me and my home, as well as, of course, our family here at Beulah land. Thankful for not hearing any bad reports in regards to family in other states, and just grateful for the covering, and again, peacefulness. And with that, I yield.
May the Most High be.
Shabbat shalom. Can I be heard?
Okay, we can hear you.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. My mic was down. Yes, I wanted to say Shabbat shalom to everyone. So thankful for making it to another Shabbat day. Thankful to the Creator for allowing us to be here. Thankful for the Most High allowing all of our families to make it here safely. Such a blessing that we have so many people who have made it here safely, traveling long hours, long roads. And as Naseekh Shama mentioned, having all the Yeladim here has been a blessing as well. I want to give a special thank you to like my right hand, Naseekh Shama, who through all of these different things we've been doing, and welcoming new family here on the land, and just preparing for these days and these moments, has been such a blessing to have her here, to be able to assist and watch her grow into her esteemness as a princess. And I'm just thankful that the Most High is allowing us to be able to work together. And I'm just excited. I really, I may not sound like it, but I'm really excited for just this whole weekend, this whole week coming up. Just everything that the Most High has shown us to be, that's coming to fruition. So I want to just thank the Creator for that and for all things. So Toda Rabah, Zehu, Shabbat Shalom.
Most High be praised. May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabah.
All right. Toda for that. So we have a couple people that said what they're thankful for. I'm going to bring it up. Gabriel Autumn says, I am definitely grateful that the Most High blessed my work week and made my spring break the same as the holy days coming up, so there's no problems. LOL. That's our gratefulness. Then we have Gabriel Brittany says, physical and mental health, and for having this platform to come together.
May the Most High be praised.
All right. We have Kaza says, I am thankful for the constants in my life, honest, loving people in my life, and the bees.
And the bees, huh? Guess you got to explain to us about the bees later.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have Zakena L'Oreal. Says,
Shalom, sis.
She says, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm giving thanks and praises to the Most High for the breath in my lung and for the beating of my heart. It is said that we should give thanks. It is said that we should give thanks for all things. So I'm also giving thanks for the winter snowstorm warning that is expected to last until Sunday at 8 a.m. I'm on a shutdown. It's snowing cats and dogs. The Most High be praised. Shabbat shalom. Toda.
Shabbat shalom, sis. But I thought you was going to be here. You know, with us, it's nice. It was about 60, 70, 80 degrees today. Nice and hot out here, no snow. That was the Creator trying to give you a sign that you should have been here.
Mhm.
That's what the Father was doing. He said, you supposed to be here with the rest of your family. Maybe next year, or maybe on the next event. Or maybe you'll be making it soon. Pesach is on Monday night. Monday night, March the 25th, 2024. So that's for the future, people who watch this in the future. May the Most High be praised. Anymore?
All right. No more.
That was it?
That was it.
All right. That means my turn. Okay. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Oh, it's so much to be thankful for. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. I don't even know where to start. Honestly, it's just so much. But I'm going to try to be quick because I don't want to take too much time because y'all know I can do it when I do it. But I thank the Most High for being true to his word. Above all things. I thank the Creator for being true to his word. The Most High says, if you serve me, then I'll give you the dew of heaven. I'll open up the windows of heaven and shower down the blessings upon you so much that you won't be able to receive them all. I'm going to hold him to that challenge. So I've decided to serve him many years ago. And things that I used to pray for and yearn for in my soul has come to life now. Individuals who really want to serve your spirit, your mind, are now becoming more prevalent in my life. It's a beautiful thing. I can't place it in words, and I ain't trying to get up here and start shedding no tears and nothing. So, you know, I don't get into all that emotional stuff. I do that when I make prayer. But I want all y'all to know that I appreciate you very much. You mean a lot to me. We got a lot to do, a lot of work to do. And I appreciate the fact that I can look around and see so many children right now. And I ain't talking about no bad children that hit people upside the head and run to their mother and father and act like they didn't do nothing. We don't have that type of problem. The other day, one of the brothers, his car broke down. And I had to go pick him up. He'd pick his children up with some of his belongings. Well, they towed his car. Police got involved, some more stuff. So we had to go pick up his children. 3 children. All of them under the age of 5, am I right? Huh? They're under the age of 3. We had to drive at least 10, maybe 15 miles to get back. So me and Naseekh went. We put the children in the back seat, in car seats in the back of the seat. Not one peep out of not one child the entire time. I was amazed.
Mm-hmm.
I was amazed. Under the age of 3, we had 3 of them, so that's 3 chances to act a fool. Not one of those children opened their mouth. Not even nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. You would have known it was in the back of the car.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So soon as we pull up, their father come to the door. Abba! I thought they couldn't talk. And man, they amazed me, man. I mean, we just got so much. The children are designed in preparation for your future. What we put in them is what we're going to get out of them most of the time. And if we continue to show the demonstration of love, familyhood, unity, respect, honor, trust, and fear of the Creator in the way of referencing him, we can't go wrong. And then we won't have to worry about children being knocking each other upside the head, beating up on each other, punching each other, and hiding, talking about each other like we came up. Y'all know how we came up, right? Toe up. So we actually have an opportunity right now to fix the future for our children of Israel. It's in our hands, the power, the Creator placed the power right in our hands to make it happen. And we have to understand the importance of our responsibility. I'm thankful to the Most High and the opportunities that He's given me. You know, if a man is honest with himself, and I thank the Creator for this as well, but when a man is honest with himself, when he raised children and they grow up to be crackheads, and I'm talking about they grow up and die later in life, and their whole life, their history of life was just trash. They never got themselves together. But yet the father is still alive and the mother is still alive. And this has happened repetitively with several of their children. They have to be honest and say that they failed at being a parent. Now, as long as your child is still alive, they have the opportunity to one day change and be a productive individual in the society that we live in. But if they have passed away and all of their lives they've been trash, you failed. A lot of people can't admit that. A lot of people don't want to admit that, but that's the reality that we have to admit. But if we focus on putting all that we got and some of what he got, some of what she got into our children on a positive level, then Creator willing, we'll all be much, much better and successful at raising these children. But I thank the Creator, man. Everybody made it here safely. Those of us who made it so far, the rest are due between today and tomorrow. May the Most High be praised for that as well. And just to look, I got a video I got a video that I'm going to post on my Facebook page for anybody that's Facebook friends. We got all these tents out here on the land posted up, all these tents. And we did them all yesterday within a matter of what, 5 hours maybe, in the pouring rain. And we was out there determined to give the people a place to stay when they showed up. So we got these tents. I'm gonna show them in a video. But I prayed to the Creator. I said, Creator, give us an opportunity to get all these tents up before the real rain comes. And we got them up. And I'm thankful. Yes. Determination.
Gave me the sniffles a little bit. I don't even get sick.
Huh? You what?
I said, gave me the sniffles a little bit.
Gave him the sniffles.
Yeah, you did.
What you do?
I was telling, I was like, we're not sniffing.
Yeah, performing.
So I'm thankful. You know, it's just the spirit of the people. It's just not like I'm saying I did anything. I'm thanking the Creator for the individuals that He's placed around me, in my circle, in my circumference, in relationships, in the way that He acts. It's a beautiful thing. I'm very grateful. I traveled down. I told y'all I got a lot to say. Just be patient with me. I traveled from Philadelphia to Georgia the other day, and it was a long ride, about 12, 13 hours almost. You know, because you got to stop, take your break, and I did it without any coffee. So I was happy about that, because when I drink the coffee, it messes me up. When the coffee is gone, it makes my body feel like unnecessary. And I don't like it. All in my head, I'd be dizzy. So I'm thankful to the Creator that I made it safely. I did stop once, I think, and went to sleep for about a half hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. But I needed it. But I'm thankful that I made it. May the Most High be praised for that. We don't understand, a lot of us, how easy it is to lose your life on the highway. Just riding up and down that road for so long. It's you riding past these big tractor trailers. Half of them don't get proper sleep, proper rest, and they'll crash you. Even if they just touch your car is gone.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful, man, that the Most High has allowed me to consistently make it back and forth up and down that highway, because it's a journey.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful. So with that, I want to thank the Creator for all of you who have been in participation faithfully, weekly, you know, for coming up and appearing here in the Shabbat. Some of you are not here. Some of them are not here now. But for the ones who are here, who faithfully come in and share the page and let everybody know who they with and what they're doing, I thank you, because you don't owe us anything. But yet you willingly, voluntarily give us help and support, and we greatly appreciate it. So may the Most High bring tons of blessings in your life as well. May the Most High be praised.
Okay. Toda.
And Sister Avia, may the Most High be with you as well. I spoke briefly with your husband, but may the Most High be with you and give you the best of all things.
Okay. Speaking of, Avia says, Shabbat Shalom, family. I praise the Most High for blessing and keeping myself, my husband, our immediate family, and you all. Toda Yah for all blessings.
May the Most High be praised. Shabbat Shalom.
All right. Is there anyone else here that wants to give honor and praise to the Creator, the Most High, on today, for the past week, whatever it might be? This is the moment to come before and the people and let the people hear.
You gotta come up.
Come up.
Oh, I think that microphone works. Let's see if we can work.
Shabbat shalom.
Try to speak.
Shalom. I would like
Oh,
to
one
give
second. Turn it up.
Yeah, it's kind of little. Power.
Yeah.
Can you all hear her?
I would like to give honor and praise to the Most High for traveling compassion, for allowing us to be able to come and commune, for family from Mishpachah, for allowing us to be able to have the opportunity to rear our children in His way, in His law, and for them to be able to grow together, for us to literally just become more close as Mishpachah, and just the experiences that He's been giving us, the things that He's been showing us, for Him to even allow us to know Him in His fullness, it's just a humble honor. He does not have to allow us to be able to know Him. He allowed us to be able to find Him, and He has shown Himself to us. I really just want to give thanks. So excited to be here with everybody. And yes, today, good.
Toda.
May the Most High be praised. Come on.
Hold on one second, everyone. So for those that are wondering what is going on, in our Torah, it lets us know in Leviticus 19, I believe it is, that when the elders come in the room, we are to rise. So we have an elder coming in the room. When that elder takes his shoes off and he sits down, that is when everyone else sits down. It's similar to when you go to a courtroom and the judge comes in the room. Everyone stands up until that judge sits down.
Yeah. Go ahead. Okay.
Will do, Princess, will do. So right now, this is a segment to where we say what we're thankful for. If we want to give any honor and praise to the Most High. If you do, can you please step just closer to the computer right here so everyone can hear? If there's anyone else that may want to. They can't hear. They can't hear it. It's okay. Yeah. So they have to come closer.
So he's not going to use it.
Yeah, they say it's kind of muffled. Is anyone? Oh, all right. And those of you that's tuning in right now, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Please share and like. Share with your family on Facebook or Instagram or wherever it might be, because today is going to be, as always, powerful message for people. Yeah, they can't hear. Yeah, they can't hear over there. Yeah. Toda. They can hear you now.
Shabbat shalom. She might want to come a little closer. Stand up on the podium, please.
Toda.
Shabbat shalom, Mishpachah.
Shabbat shalom.
All things, Most High. I don't even know what to say. I'm just overwhelmed
Mhm.
just with the beauty of this moment, being able to see everyone and know the importance of community.
Mhm.
And Abba knows that my heart has been crying out and praying for just this very moment, seeing our people looking so beautiful, for my children to be able to see themselves reflected in other Yeladim, and, you know, having been brought from our home and coming up under different circumstances to somewhere like Rhode Island, where we're so isolated, so surrounded by the other nations. It's just, it has really been a heart-wrenching journey in so many ways. And to have that disconnection from our culture, from our people, and just to be here in the midst of such beauty is truly Yah's splendor right here in the flesh. And it's been just to get here today. I don't want to take too long, but
No, take your
I mean,
time. I did it, you can do it too.
I mean, the enemy, he be trying to do his thing. The attacks on the mind have been real, and just crying out for the strength, and then getting here and finding such relief, and such true shalom in this environment. This is what my heart hungers for. Like as they say, off-grid living, sustainable living from the land. This is what I've cried out and prayed for. And so just to see Abba answer my prayers, it's such a beautiful thing. And thank you all for, being so welcoming to not only me and my family, but each other, how everyone supports each other. I can already see the spirit of servitude and hospitality. And I just, Toda Rabah.
May the Most High be praised. Toda Rabah.
Toda. And audience is saying it was very clear. So, if there's anyone else that want to speak, give honor and praise to the Most High. Now is the time. And just stand closer to me. Don't be afraid. All right.
Shabbat shalom, Mr. God.
Shabbat shalom.
Praise and esteem to the Prince and to Naseekh for your hospitality, for just being here at this opportunity. It's phenomenal to be out here at the congregation, be at your homestead. Just appreciate y'all for all of you, and for this opportunity. And for true people of Torah. The women's we all lost. You were there. And yet still here. And I appreciate you all for the love, for that just for your love, for just it's like for right now, because this is like our first without Cashapp, and she was so looking forward to coming and being here, and who I'm persuaded she is here. But I appreciate that even prior to her transition, you were there. And passion, strength, the energy, and she would always put it. She would, you from the hospital rooms, we said, tune in, so we can show you tune in. So, I know what she said. Tell them I said this.
just the interaction. And appreciate you all so much. We give all praise to God for people that are really not talking the talk, but walking the walk. And for just the sincere fellowship that's here. We grow up on the land. GPS lies a lot, so we can't be there yet. So you have arrived, so you have arrived. But when we're here, let's say you feel the love, we grow up on the land. And I appreciate you all so much because you all just, you're true people of y'all. And I appreciate you. I love you all so much. And just grateful for my bishop, our children that travel here with us, for their strength, because they've been, I'm going to be strong for them, but they've been strength for me, and we draw strength from one another. Iron sharpens iron. And so that way we stay sharp, we stay strong. I do praise God for seeing this young and for being here and for being able to be present and in the presence of our people, because fellowship is more than just a couple of people in the ship, in the boat. It really is what it is. It's that unity, having that unity and that fellowship to where, and that's where this is the embodiment of community, where people come together to have a common unity, community. And so, each and every one of you all, I appreciate you all so much, in everything for to you for the heart that you showed to us and to her. And yet continue, and for your stance. I go back and I watch the classes that come prior, and because there's a wealth of knowledge. A lot of people like to keep up with the current stuff, which is great. Want to stay current. But for those that already have it, go back and go check your videos before, because there's a wealth of learning and knowledge that you may have already missed. And truly, the learn sharp. Again, like I said, we stay sharp, and we are swords in the hands of our armies. So I appreciate you all. Love you all so much. I'm truly thankful to be here, that we have the same journey, and looking forward to the continued fellowship and growth and expansion with this congregation.
May the Most High be praised. Turn on.
Toda. For those that was listening, that was my Isha, our Ab. The family came down here and they're going to celebrate with us. So all praises and Toda for those of you that kept our family in your prayers and things of that nature. So that was who was just speaking just then. Right now, please, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share, because share this whole day. It's going to be a great day and a great week. Is there anyone else that has anything that they want to say? Anything that they want to give honor and praise to the Most High for? You have something? All right. You got to come all the way up to the computer. Come all the way up to the computer. Over here. Right here. There you go. So they can hear you. Oh, you want to come and be seen. What do you want to say? Can they see you? Okay.
Thank you for this whole house.
All right. Hold up. Oh, man. Beautiful. All right.
Lost my Wi-Fi. But we got some people getting ready to come in.
All right.
So you can prolong a little bit.
Okay.
So you get in and get an opportunity.
Most definitely. So again, you all, if you have any words that you want to say, any questions, any comments in regards to things pertaining to Beulah, we can answer it now. We have more people coming in. Again, this is the first time, and I was going to save this to when I began to speak, but this is the first time that it's like really getting filled up in here. I think this is amazing. And so we thank all of you that's coming and bringing your family to set a milestone here at Beulah, TempleKefarym. This is a milestone. This Knesset, Mishkan or Knesset, was dedicated to the Most High, which I'm actually going to speak on when I bring out the message. It's dedicated, so it's to be into something like this is powerful. And our people, I was talking to Ab earlier, And he walked in as I was kind of like looking over what I wanted to teach. And I just said to him, like, the people back then, the ones that was truly righteous, and I believe it is people today that are like that. And I pray that the Most High deems us worthy as being those people as well. But the dedication they had to the Most High was amazing. And they revered, they honored the things that they dedicated to the Most High. So this Knesset, this Mishkan is dedicated to the Most High. And you all are setting a milestone being here and blessing us with your presence and your spirit. So Toda Rabbah. So is there anyone that just walked in that want to give any honor, any praise to the Most High for anything that has happened over the course of this week or today?
Or your life.
Or your life, anything concerning your life.
Anybody?
Sure,
Nobody?
Princess. Princess wants to, if no one has anything, she wants to share something. Okay, Princess, if you can hear me. You should be able to. Shabbat Shalom, Geberit Gabby. If you have anything that you want to say you're thankful for, or go ahead, now's the moment before we get started. Do you have the video that you wanted me to play, Princess? Oh, she has. Okay, cool.
Kane, I can hear you.
Do you have the video that you wanted me to play, Princess? Oh, she has.
We don't want you to ever. And the days no, and you keep us safe. 'Cause we don't want you to ever pass us by. No, and you keep us safe and
Come on.
'cause we don't want you to ever pass us by. And the days no,
Right, you saying?
we don't want
Princess. Princess.
We should be blown up and shit. No, whole problem.
Yeah. So it's a bad echo. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna have my Isha sing it.
Okay,
Have my
great.
Isha sing it. All right.
That solves the whole
And if
problem.
look, I ain't gonna put you on the spot now. I'm not gonna put you on the spot, but if you can bless us too. All right, so we're gonna get to hear 2/3 of you three, which is my Isha and her sister Yasmin. It's two of the three. The brother Sean, he's not here to sing with them, but these are the people that were singing to that video, so they're gonna sing it live for us.
So much better.
Oh, could somebody keep a beat on the djembe for us?
Oh, there you go.
Come on up here, brother. Toda Rabbi. You gonna do it?
Naseekh, fix the camera.
Oh, King. Oh.
You can do it if you want. Okay. Family affair. Okay. All right.
Naseekh, fix the camera, please.
Oh.
We can't see them. You got the blue too. There we go. Toda. It may
I'm
be
taking
better.
it off.
Okay.
I'm taking it off. I'm already ahead of you. If I can remember how to do it. There we go.
As the days of Noah, can you keep us safe and dry? 'Cause we don't want you to ever pass us by. As the days of Noah, can you keep us safe and dry? 'Cause we don't want you to ever pass us by. As the days of Noah, can you keep us safe and dry? 'Cause we don't want you to ever pass us by. As the days of Noah, can you keep us safe and dry? 'Cause we don't want you to ever pass us by. Days. As the days of Noah, can you keep us safe and dry? 'Cause we don't want you to ever pass us by. As the days of Noah, can you keep us safe and dry? 'Cause we don't want you to ever pass us by. Oh, yes, as the days of Noah, can you keep us safe and dry? 'Cause we don't want you to ever pass us by. The days of Noah, can you keep us safe and dry? 'Cause we don't want you to ever pass us by. The days of Noah, can you keep us safe and dry? We don't want you to ever pass us by. As the days of Noah, can you keep us safe and dry? 'Cause we don't want you to ever pass us by.
Did y'all say another song? I thought I just heard y'all say another song. They are so blessing us today with this talent. It doesn't look like twins, y'all. We gotta see if they can really sing. Let's see if they got something. That might have been a recording in their pocket or something. Let's see if they got another one for them. Now, if they pull out another song to spare the moment, then we know they can really blow. Let's see.
Let everything that has breath praise Yahuwah. Let everything that has breath praise Yahuwah. Let everything that has breath praise Yahuwah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let everything that has breath praise you. Let everything that has breath praise you. Let everything that has breath praise you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. May the Most High be praised. Tell that Rabbi. Well, so they can really sing, y'all. And they had no reason to. You want to sing? Oh, I thought you were great. Sing. What you want to say, sis? Come on up. Come on up. She got some more words. May the Most High be praised.
Hallelujah. I told our Rabbi for allowing me to come again, but I just could feel it in my heart and in my gut. You know, I didn't say what I needed to say. But I'm just so thankful for Abba Yah's humbling. And his ways are not our ways, his thoughts are not our thoughts. And often I find that purification comes after and even in times of affliction. And being humbled, that's, from my understanding, that's the nature of our people, our patriarchs, our matriarchs. When we really read Torah, we see such deep humility in the people who were honored the most by Yah, and through whom Abba Yah was honored and his glory shone forth. So even just being here, as I said, I often meditate on his mysteries and how, why he works the way he does. Because thinking of having come into my identity as a Hebrew in 2018, and that in itself was a time of deliverance and repentance. And, but he has kept me, he has hidden me even. And being so isolated through my journeys with my children, and even in the Hebrew community, being shielded from a lot of the camps, being kept away from a lot of what, could have been so many different situations. And I just often wonder, like, why is it now? Why is Yah's timing such that now I would be able to be welcomed into community, into family in such a way, after kind of just seeking him on my own so fervently and going through different trials and tribulations, going through, deep fasting, especially recently. It has been a time of deep repentance and fasting, and I see that purging and purification has made space for me to even be accepted and seen. It's like kind of like he hides us when it's not time. And then now it's like being able to even be seen, you know, being able to be found by y'all, being able to be among y'all. I don't even know. How did I even get here? You know, just thinking about these things. He truly works in mysterious ways and in his timing. And I know that it couldn't have been a time before now. It had to be now. And that's a testament to his mercy, his loving kindness, his purification through purging. And I'm just thankful even for my own obedience through affliction, being able to humble myself and be humbled to, again, purge and purify and fast and repent and be obedient. And I see now I couldn't have been welcomed into the temple without obedience. And there's a whole lot that I'm saying without saying, because there's a whole lot of specifics to just the story and the journey.
We got time.
Well, you
That's
know,
what this day is all about.
I mean, you know, I'm so blessed, even coming down here, you know, even my daughter, she's seeing me and more as a car, and she's like, y'all are besties. And I'm like, I just met this woman, and being able to share such vulnerabilities and just so many parallels, even in our story, it's just mind blowing. And to feel like I've known her my whole life now, and just having met her and Princess Micaiah, and just, again, when it's real, it's real. And just, you know, honestly, my testimony will be here all day. But a lot of it, you know, especially for the sake of the Yellow Dean, you know, we just gonna keep that where it is. But I just tell you that Yah truly makes no mistakes. And it's been such a deep process. And the attacks are real, but our power is real. Our Elohim is real.
Yeah.
And even in just the potency of this time, if I can be sensitive enough to say, you know, having had my mother transition, and that being such a moment in my life, and having lost my firstborn son, and even the significance of that, thinking about the temple, the dedication of the firstborn, and how I wasn't in Torah, I wasn't in the right mind to even dedicate my firstborn, and now he's no longer here. And just thinking of these potent transitions, and my mother, to whom I was very close, and just, you know, we sit and wonder why we go through trials, why we go through afflictions, but I find it more potent not to think about what seems to have been lost, but what was gained by that. And I know even standing here today, if, you know, maybe even if my mother was still here, maybe even if my son was still here, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be the woman I am today. And it's through these great mysteries that we can't fathom, the way that he works, the way that he prepares us. It's through all of these trials. And again, there's so much that could be said, but we'll be here all day if I really just poured it all out. But I had to come and just thank him for the humbling, and even for hiding me until this moment, to come into the right assembly, the right community, and people who are truly living the word. Because a lot of people out here getting up on YouTube, talking and saying whatever, you know, they're not right. They're unclean. Their minds are not purged. Their ways are not purged. They're not dedicated to truly living Torah. And to see y'all doing the work, to see y'all living out here, homesteading and living off the land, it's just such a powerful thing. And again, I'm just grateful. It's the wee part, taking it one day at a time.
Most High be praised. Federal body. Most High be praised.
All right, is there anything else that anyone would like to speak and say? Speak or say? All righty.
Shalom.
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 Shabbat shalom.
First and foremost, I give all praise to the Almighty, to our Creator. I would like to also say how good and blessed it is to be brethren and sisters dwelling together in unity. I would like to read my thanks on today. This is Psalms Tehillim 111. It says, Hallelujah. I thank the Creator with all my heart, in the company of the straight and of the congregation. Great are the works of the Creator, searched for by all who delight in them. Splendor and greatness are his work, and his righteousness stands forever. He has made his wonders to be remembered. For the Creator shows favor and is compassionate. He has given food to those who reverence him. He remembers his covenant forever. He has shown his people the power of his works, to give them the inheritance of the Gentiles. The works of his hands are truth and right ruling. All his orders are trustworthy. They are upheld forever and ever. O performed in truth and straightness, he sent redemption to his people. He has commanded his covenant forever. Kodesh, awesome is his name. The reverence of the Almighty is the beginning of wisdom, and all those doing them have a good understanding. His praise is standing forever. So I read that because I'm thankful for many things on today. I'm thankful that me and my family, Isha, my children, were able to make it back up the road safe and sound. I'm thankful for my spiritual Abba here, being here for when we got here, and he got pulled over, and like I said, had we not had anyone to call, all of our belongings and things have been told as well. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for how the Creator orchestrates everything in divine timing. He aligns everything to where it works out perfectly. I'm also thankful to just be here and experience this on today, because this is truly a blessing to be amongst so many like-minded spirits in one place. There's many different congregations, and there's congregations that have 1,000 times the people in this room, but you can't find as many people in that congregation to be of the same spirit and to be, truly devout to the Creator. So that is truly a blessing, and that is what I'm thankful for, to be able to experience this, to be able to witness this. I believe that we all are feeling something right now, and what we are feeling is all of us being here to experience this weekend and experience this holy day together. It has given each of us that confidence, that remembrance. It's given us that we've all been searching. We've all been on this journey for a while, wondering and waiting to get here, if that makes sense. So, just take this, enjoy this week, being here amongst, each other, loving each other, and just, laughing. We got the ball tomorrow, so, I'm just thankful for that. I'm thankful that we are all here. Everybody's in good health, and, everybody's smiling, nobody, even for our family that may be in grieving right now, it's still a blessing to be here through that. So, with that, I say,
Zelle.
General Bob, may the Most High be praised. May the Most High be praised.
All right, Pastor D.
I went, didn't
Oh,
I?
so if it's not anyone else, are we
Do
going
we
on?
have any comments here? No?
On the singing, of course. Yeah, yes, live performance, the voices, beautiful harmonies, so beautiful, the voices that soothe your soul. Yes, harmonies. Love this song. I was singing too, y'all know that. Angelic harmony. So beautiful. Thank you. No, but and soulful. And I was in the background. I don't know if y'all know that. The tone of the man voice in there, that was Ab up in there, hitting them harmonies with his daughters. That's it.
All right. May the Most High be praised to the revival. So what we gonna do, family, now at this time, if we don't have anyone else who wants to come and thank the Most High for anything special, we good? Any of the brothers? None of the brothers?
Shalom.
Shalom.
I am the youngest son in the family. And throughout this very rocky journey of life, there have been quite a few lessons that have been told, even in and out of school, kind of like how it's like no matter what happens, I've learned throughout life is that we're always here for each other, no matter what, no matter the situation. Like, no matter where any of us are, we always have to be there for one another. Even if the worst things happen, we always have to stick together with one another in order to be able to be stronger, to be one. We have to, it's like, I thank Yahuwah for, even in this time of grieving, there's people that I can depend on. And in this time, I'm actually very happy to have all of y'all. I'm happy to have all of y'all. Oh, y'all so much. Y'all don't know how much. With me. I'm sure if I can see this, I'm sure she'd be happy too. And I'm thankful to have y'all at my side. Thankful to have y'all with me through thick and thin, through good. I'm happy for the great days to come. And I'm happy to even seeing everybody here now. I'm happy to see this community bursting with life, this community bursting with happiness and love. I'm happy to see that we're all together. I'm just happy to have all of you here.
May the Most High be praised. Good Lord God.
All right. No
All
one-
right. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there anyone else?
I was gonna say one thing, but I have to.
Yeah, you do.
You
You
gotta
don't
talk
say it,
loud
they can hear you.
so they can hear you.
Do you hear me? No, but seriously, I was just gonna say, for those that are here that will be with us this week, just soak it all in. Breathe in the air. Told me when I first got here, take your shoes off. Walk around and get familiar, place your feet and your love. And so that's pretty much what I want to say. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy the love. Feel the love that's here. Breathe in the air. Smell the freshness. And leave peace in your spirit. This is home. That's all I want to say. So for those that's not here, feel it through the computer.
May the Most High be praised. A lot of people don't understand that this is what this is all about. Serving the Most High ain't always about reading scriptures. It's about singing. It's about testimony. It's about praising. It's about fellowshipping. It's about bonding. That's what it's about. Read my favorite scripture. What's my favorite scripture, y'all? What's the love chapter? Anybody? There you go. Leviticus 19. You read that. It's all about sharing love with each other. You know what I mean? And then you give something to him. We only read because a lot of us don't know the stories. We only read because a lot of us don't read themselves when they're home by themselves. But this is really what the Shabbat is all about. This is how you worship the Creator. What we're doing right here, if you can't feel that energy, then something wrong with you. Seriously, because this is worshiping the Almighty. So we're just going to keep on worshiping the Creator. We got some more people coming in now, so we're going to just give them a few minutes and see if they want to thank the Creator. Bro, would you be thanking the Creator for anything? We're going to wait for you if you do.
Wonderful time
Can you come up to the podium and thank the Most High for whatever you want to thank the Most High for? Can you come up here so that people can hear you thank the Creator? I mean, if you don't want to thank him, you don't have to.
I'd like to thank the Creator for one more time here in Georgia for the hospitality of Beulah, and I'd like to thank him for a blessed drive home.
Most High be praised. Never about. All right. So we're going to get started, y'all. We have a lesson prepared. Our own Naseekh Shama. He's going to prepare he has already prepared a lesson for us that he wants to play out today. It's for the words of the eternal power. Inquire first of the words of the eternal power, the Most High. So let's welcome all. Give a round of applause for our own Naseekh Shama.
תודה. ראשית, אני רוצה לתת כבוד לשבת. Where Elohim, Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. First, I want to give honor and praise to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's a blessed day. I also want to get honor and respect to my aim and my mother, my father, or father and my mother. Without them, I wouldn't be able to be here. So I want to give that. I want to give honor to a mentor of mine, Chief Prince Evelyn Belewa Hedekia, and the Chief Elder, Mor Shalem, and none other than honor to Prince Israel, spiritual leader at Beulah and TempleKefarym, and also the spiritual leader of the land. Not a lot of men like him, so I want to give honor to him as well. This lesson, and let me not forget, you're in there too, of course. I'll put you in my book, right? Shameless plug. But this lesson today, or this message, is called Inquire First. And we're going to be in the book of Kings and Chronicles. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, Kings and Chronicles. And I'm not sure, has anyone ever read both books and was like, and this is just similar. It's like they're saying the same story. Have you ever read those two books and felt that way? So it caused me, when I put this lesson together, because this is a lesson I put together before, I started doing more research on it, and I read a couple blogs. I read a couple schools of thoughts on it, scholarly schools of thoughts. And I came across one I thought was interesting. I want to read it to you all before we get started. All right. And it says, it is clear to even the casual reader that the books of 1st and 2nd Kings share a great deal of similarities with the books of 1st and 2nd Chronicles. So much so, in fact, that some wonder why is it that we have both of these accounts of Israel's history in our Bibles. At first glance, it can seem as though the same information is being repeated, but from a slightly different angle. And this is to some extent true. Roughly 50% of the material in Chronicles is covered elsewhere in the Old Testament. So why do we have both Kings and Chronicles in our Bibles? The answer lies in understanding the differences between these two histories of Israel. It says, in order to account for these differences, we must first understand the date and setting of each of these books. Together with the books of Samuel, Kings was written around 550 to 560 BC. Understand there are differences of schools of thoughts of when that is, but we're just going to use that number. During the Babylonian exile, while Chronicles was written after the exile was over. You all know we was exiled in different captivities, right? Over 450 to 440 BC. Whereas Samuel, Kings addressed the hard-hearted Jews experiencing exile and captivity. Chronicles seeks to inspire hope and faith in the Most High among those who are hurting after this spiritually devastating ordeal. The fact that these two accounts of Israel's history are given two different audiences accounts for the contrast between the two, while Samuel, Kings needed to show the people that the nation's troubles were the result of their sinful disobedience rather than the Most High's abandonment of his people. Chronicles wanted to encourage the Israelites and help them turn back to worshiping the Most High as the one true power. and I want to stop there. I'm gonna keep reading. I think that's important to recognize that even today, you see teachers and men and women of the Most High, we're trying to utilize what was before, but try to make it apply here. And the purpose, the main purpose of leaders or teachers is to bring you back to the Most High. We know that's what the prophets did. But I think a lot of us, we read these stories and we just read them as stories, right? So we have to soak it in, make it part of our DNA, things of that nature. So that's what Chronicles try to do. It says a focus on David and Shlomo. The chronicler focuses heavily on David and Solomon to the tune of 29 chapters. When discussing these rulers, the spotlight is on their triumphs rather than their respective failures of adultery and idolatry. Though Chronicles does not whitewash history, it does deal more favorably with many of the kings of Israel. For instance, the wicked king Manasseh is described as an evil king in both 2 Kings 21 and 2 Chronicles 33, but only Chronicles mentions his repentance and return to the Most High. That is important. Understanding that we may go through these things, we may do certain things that cause the Most High to pull away, because sin, whether we believe it or not, causes the Most High to pull away. But he do want us to repent. Repent doesn't mean, okay, I'm sorry and I'm done, and I'm just gonna keep going. Repent means to literally turn away from. And that is what, when me and Prince be speaking on, that is what puts you on that path of perfection. I like to bring out a lot. The perfect state of mind is knowing that whenever I find out something wrong, I turn from it completely and I go forward and try my best. I say don't do it again, but we do understand there are levels. People have different levels of strength, right? We have weaknesses, but that desire, that intent, and that action is what the Most High is looking for. So that's what Chronicles bring it out. Then it says a focus on Judah. A second distinctive is that the chronicler focused primarily on the kings of Judah, the house of David or Dawid, rather than the kings of Israel. Remember, the kingdoms were divided after the death of Shlomo. When the kings of Israel, the northern kingdom, are mentioned, how many of you are familiar that northern kingdom is dealing with Israel, and then the southern is dealing with what tribes? Lewi, and who else?
And Benjamin.
And Benjamin. You said Simeon, Shimon. All right. There's schools of thoughts of those three, and also Shimon as well. So when you hear the Israel and you hear Judah, it's typically talking about the southern northern kingdom. It says when it does not ignore the northern kingdom, so it does not ignore the northern kingdom. There are schools of thoughts that teach that they're coming in our community, actually, that brings out that we're forgetting the northern tribes. That's not the case, but there is schools of thoughts on that. So I'm just bringing it out just in case you run into it. And the complex issues associated with it. The book of Chronicles sees Judah as the center of the Most High's work among his people. All right. Lastly, whereas Samuel or Kings acknowledges the Most High dealt with the wickedness of Israel's kings by punishing even their descendants, Chronicles focus on the Most High's dealing with obedient and disobedient kings within their own lifetime. The Tanakh, it shows us the righteous individuals that we speak on. We learn the things that they did that caused them to go in that direction. This book is for us to. It's an elder that says our job is to shorten your learning curve. The Tanakh is to shorten our learning curve. If we do not utilize it, we will continue to do the same things that they were doing. And what's crazy is we will talk about other people when we're doing the same thing that the other individuals that are deemed wicked or sinful are doing in the Tanakh. So we have to examine the good and the bad and see how it can apply in our lives to help us serve the Most High more efficiently. Lastly, it says, while there is more that can be said about the difference between the books of Kings and Chronicles, the above distinctives reveal that the latter book is not redundant. When we read scripture, particularly the Old Testament, I say Tanakh, we must remember that while these books were written for us, they were not originally written to us. I don't have the same thought thought process with that message that was said. Yes, contextually, it was dealing with the people was there, that was there, but it was supposed to be written 5 generations after. So it was written to us as well. The original readers of these books would have been much better attuned to the differences in their content and in their purpose. As we read through the Bible, we always benefit by trying to first understand what the text meant to the original audience. So, of course, this wasn't written by us, because I will teach that it was written for us in all times, literally. There are instances within the law that we are doing for the remembrance, right? But also to prepare us, just in case the Most High choose us to be the ones to facilitate what we're supposed to do. How can we run it if we're not practicing it? Okay, so it's written for us. All right, now that we got that out the way, I was trying to show the difference between the Chronicles and the stories of the king of Shemuel. All right, here we go. Let's go and let's get started in 1 Kings 22. We're going to be dealing with Jehoshaphat, all right? But we're going to give a little history. We're going to start in 1 Kings 22, and we're going to hop over to 2 Chronicles. I'll tell you the chapter and the verses we're reading, so that you can write it down in your notes, because I do know we do all have different translations. And it may read a little differently, okay? So we're going to be in 1 Kings 22, 1 through 28, 2 Chronicles chapter 6, the whole chapter. Hopefully we could get through this. 2 Chronicles chapter 7, the whole chapter. And then we're going to jump to 2 Chronicles 17, 1 through 9, and 2 Chronicles 20, 1 through 33. It's a lot of reading, I know. But as Prince said earlier, some of us may not be familiar with the story. Some of us may not have some of the understanding. Just leave it there. All right. And yeah. All right. 1 Kings chapter 22. And it reads, from my translation, they live for 3 years. And some of you all's translation may start differently. So just try to pick where I'm at if your version is different. They lived for 3 years, during which there was not any war between Aram and Israel. But it happened in the 3rd year that Jehoshaphat, king of Yehudah, came down to visit the king of Israel. The king of Israel said to his servants, "Did you know that Ramoth Gilead belongs to us? Yet we have been lax in taking it back from the king of Aram." Okay, so this is dealing with Ahab. You have to go back in the story dealing with Ahab as to what was promised with the I'm trying to see what's the name of the king that they was going against. But it was a particular land and things of that nature. Was Say it again. Remaliah, king, Tudarabah. And it was something that was supposed to be promised to him. So that's what, at this point, he's saying that the king of Israel said to his servants, "Did you know that the Ramoth Gilead belongs to us?" Because it was what was promised to them. All right. So yet we have been lax in taking it back from the king of Aram. He then said to Jehoshaphat, "Will you go with me to do battle for Ramoth Gilead?" Jehoshaphat answered the king of Israel, "I shall be like you. My people should be like your people. My horses should be like your horses." In other words, we are one, right? Jehoshaphat then said to king of Israel, inquire, please, today the word of the Most High. That is the title of the lesson. Inquire first of the Most High, right? Of the word of the Most High. It says the king of Israel gathered the prophets, some 400 men, and said to them, "Shall I go to war for Ramoth Gilead, or shall I refrain?" They answered, "Go up, for my master will deliver it into the hand of the king." Watch this though. Jehoshaphat said, "Is there no longer here a prophet of the Most High of whom we may inquire?" Why is this being said? We have all these prophets that's saying the same thing, right? They're bringing forth the message that they think that this king, or they know this king, truly wants to hear. A lot of people want to hear the easy things, but they don't want to hear the hard things. So Jehoshaphat is asking him at this point, is there any true prophets here that's going to bring the word of the Most High? Is there anyone really that's serving them properly? Because they weren't, by the way. Verse 8, the king of Israel answered, Jehoshaphat, there's one more man through whom to inquire of the Most High, but I hate him. I hate him. That's what my version say. I hate him, for he never prophesies good for me, only bad. Micaiah, son of Lamah, or Imlah. I want to say this, you all. I always say that when pressure hits, that shows the true character of the individual. Everything that's easy, right? I think Prince brings out this similar message. Everything is easy. You're used to this, so your true character and what's truly within you is going to come out through pressure. Why am I using this? He's saying that he hates this individual because this individual is probably bringing forth true information about him, right? I'm using this for today. Sometimes we have leaders that are being shunned and pushed aside, or even yourselves that's pushed aside because you bring in the true message. Stay firm in it, because we're going to see that's what's going to happen here. Go ahead.
I was noticing also, because this is Ahab that is speaking with Sovereign Jehoshaphat, correct?
Okay, this is okay. Ahaz, not Ahab.
Okay. And so I was just thinking that the prophets that he had brought were probably a bunch of yes men and probably remnants from the sovereignty of Ahab and Jezebel, who, of course, were not true prophets of Yahuwah. So saying what they wanted to hear.
Okay, and that's what we see today as well. We have a lot of our people as Israel. We do what we're accustomed to. It's what we're all used to doing, and we're doing things that are, for example, many of us went and been part of congregational Knesset, and they dedicated this temple or whatever to the Most High, but they'll walk in it with their shoes on, right? It's something small like that. They're used to something, but you have a prophet that comes in that's bringing the true message or the true way that we should observe and serve the Most High. And now it's like, let's move him to the side. So as you said, they had this custom that everyone prior was doing. And us coming in, we're supposed to bring the true way of the Most High, right? And that's what Jehoshaphat, or that's what we're about to learn about Micaiah is doing, all right? So the king, verse 9. So the king, we are at the end of verse 8. Jehoshaphat said, let the king not speak this way, right? He's kind of warning him, because what you don't want to do with a prophet, a leader, a teacher of the Most High that's truly that, is speak ill about him. That's actually within Torah, right? We're speaking ill about our leaders, and I'm talking about plotting against them, right? Things, what you saw, what took place with Moshe and the people, right? Plotting. We don't want to do that. We don't want to speak ill. If we have things that we need to say, make sure we bring it to them. But what Jehoshaphat just did is don't do that. That's another lesson in that too. Are we standing around when people are saying stuff crazy? Are we taking up for these leaders that we know are doing the will of the Most High? Are we taking up, or are we joining them? Are we staying amongst them? We don't want to do that, right? And that's what Jehoshaphat is showing us not to do. So the king of Israel summoned one officer and said, rush Micaiah, or Micaiah, son of Ilmah, the king of Israel, and Jehoshaphat, king of Yehuda, was sitting, each man on his throne, dressed in royal garb at the threshing floor at the gateway of Samaria. And all the prophets were prophesying before them, right? Just telling them what they want to hear at that point. Thus says the Most High, with these you shall gore Aram until they are obliterated. All the prophets were prophesying similarly, saying, go up to Ramoth Gilead and triumph, for the Most High will deliver it into the hand of the king. And we see that today. The same message is getting taught, and the same messages, the ways within that message is being done, which is what we're seeing, the pattern of our people, while we're failing, while people are getting hurt, while marriages are getting broken, while false information is getting passed on to person after person, and that continual cycle is happening because we're saying things that everybody want to hear, and we can't do that. Verse 13, the messenger who had gone summoned Micaiah spoke to him, saying, behold, the words of the prophets are unanimously favorable towards the king. Please let your words be like the word of them and speak favorably. But Michal said, as the Most High lives, I swear that whatever the Most High says to me, that shall I speak. We're not seeing that today. We're not. We're wanting to speak what the people want us to say, or the leaders want us to say, right? We got to speak what the Most High says, or what we deem, or what we feel contextually, linguistically, historically, right? What we can see in our text, what that says, right? And then the wisdom that is given to us through our learning and through our path as well, because everything that we may come up with within the community may not be in the law per se. An example that I could use is when you thought of Shlomo. Remember with the child when they was trying to see who child this was? Anyone? And do you remember what happened? What Shlomo did? Anybody can speak. With the baby, when they was trying to figure out, go ahead.
To let the people know the solution, which child is.
Right. He wanted to cut him in half. He wasn't gonna really do it, but he knew the real mother would jump up and say, you know what, just take him. I don't have to have her or have the child, right? That wasn't in the law, but it was wisdom. So sometimes it's going to be things even within communities that may not be in the law per se, but if it doesn't go against the law or contradict the law, it's okay to do. All right. Let's keep going. I just lost my, okay, way up here. All right, verse 15. He came to the king, and the king said to him, Micaiah, shall we go to war for Ramoth Gilead, or shall we refrain? He said to him, go up and triumph, for the Most High will deliver it into the king's hand. So he mocking him at this point. This is what you want me to say, so I'm just going to say what you want me to say. He's mocking him at this point. He said to him, go up and triumph, for the Most High will deliver it into the king's hand. The king then said to him, I adjure you many times over that you speak to me nothing but the truth in the name of the Most High. Michal then said, I have seen all of Israel scattering to the mountains like sheep that have no shepherd. And the Most High saying, these have no masters. Let each man go to his house in peace. He's giving him a taste of what's going to happen. He's not going to be present. He's telling him what's going to happen at this point. Right? He wanted him to be truthful. Now he's saying you're not going to be present. They're going to be walking, and it's like they're up in mountains by themselves when they have no leader to lead them out. All right. Verse 18, the king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, did I not tell you that he never prophesies good for me, but only bad? Michal said further, therefore listen to the word of the Most High. I buy him on his right and on his left. And the Most High said, who will lure Ahab to go up to war, that he may fall in Ramoth Gilead? This one said like this, and this one said like this. Then the spirit came forward and stood before the Most High and said, I shall lure him. And the Most High said, how? The spirit replied, I will go out and be a spirit of falsehood in the mouths of his prophets. And the Most High said, you will lure him and you will succeed. Go forth and do so. I want to stop there really quickly. Something Ab said when he was standing up here speaking, he said that sometimes it's good to go back to lessons prior because it can help solidify understanding that you're trying to gain or that you need. A lot of times, many of us here maybe have read the whole Bible already, the whole Tanakh, right? But we still got to go back and we learn something new. Who remembers this particular chapter in Kings when what Prince brought out in connection with Better Sheet 1 and Better Sheet 2? Genesis chapter 1, Genesis chapter 2. Does anyone remember that was present in the teaching when he utilized how the Most High was dealing and asking questions of these Malak? And they were saying, well, I will do this. And then he took and agreed with what they said. Anyone?
Is it the creation, not the creation story, but the creation story?
So you all do y'all's research on it, or go back and try to find a video dealing with Prince when he brought it out. But in Genesis 1, you will notice how it was a certain order of the creation. And in the second Genesis 2, it was different, but it was just a reverse of order. And in the second chapter, the Most High at that point was saying, this is what has to be done. The first chapter, it was different order, what was being created, things of that nature. We was created last. Second chapter, we was created first. So what Prince brought out was that the first chapter is dealing with the Malako Elohim, right? Those that's under the Most High, and they presented an order of creation. And the Most High listened, but he took what they brought and he reordered it in the second chapter. We see that example here in 1 Kings chapter 22. Do your own research, do your own study, but I just wanted to bring that out. That's a past lesson that Prince had brought out for you all. All right. Verse 24. Zedekiah, son of Kenah, then approached and struck Micah on the cheek and said, how is it that the Spirit of the Most High passed from me to speak to you? We see that today as well. Leaders do not want to share information amongst each other to the people. Our job collectively is to share information, bring them back to the Most High collectively, right? But sometimes since I'm a leader over here, he's a leader over here, or she's a leader over here, right? We don't want to listen to them. How are you getting talked to? How's the Most High talking to you and he's not talking to me? That's what's happening at this moment right here. He's saying, how is it that we're prophets? How is he bypassing us, but he's going to you all? All right. The king of Israel said, take Milcah and turn him over to Ammon, the minister of the city, and to Joash, the king's son, and say, thus said the king, put this one in the prison and feed him a minimum of food and a minimum of water until I return in peace. Milcah said, if you indeed return in peace, then the Most High did not speak through me. And he said, hear this, all the people. We're going to stop at that chapter right there. Even with the message and the response to him, he's still operating within Torah. In Torah, it talks about if a prophet is speaking, you would know that it's true from the Most High if it takes place. And he said, if it does not take place, he said, if you indeed return in peace, then the Most High did not speak through me. But all leaders think the Most High speak through them. Many of us think the Most High speak through us. But how many of us will say what he said right there? All right. Any questions? Any comments on that first portion? Any questions? Any comments? Go ahead.
I find it very interesting, just the way that the prophet is speaking and how he almost uses sarcasm in so many different instances in this. Like when at first, he was saying, okay, this is what you want to hear, so I'm going to say this. But then even in the part that you just brought out, if it does not come to pass, then you'll know that you have spoken with me or to me or through me. Mm-hmm. He was basically letting him know, like, listen, you're not going to make it back. But I'm telling you the truth. And if it doesn't happen, it's not, this is just not a possibility that's not going to happen. I'm trying to let you know that Most High has spoken to me.
Okay. Toda. Anyone else? All right, we're going to go ahead and go to the Second Chronicles, chapter 6. Try to get through this so we can. So Second Chronicles, chapter 6. All right. So we're going to, this chapter is dealing with Shlomo and the prayer. And I know that many of us are familiar with the prayer that he brought forth, okay? But it's important that we go here. We're going to see something within Jehoshaphat, what he brings out, but I wanted to start here before we get there, okay? All right, Shlomo, chapter 6, and we're going to start at verse 1. And it says, then Shlomo said, or Solomon The Most High said that he would dwell in the thick cloud. I have built a house of habitation for you and a foundation for your dwelling forever. Then the king turned his face and blessed the entire congregation of Yisrael while the entire congregation of Yisrael was standing. Does anyone have an idea of what that means before we go forward? What's blessing the congregation in the midst of them? What would you say is blessing the congregation in the midst of the people? Anyone? Go ahead. Okay, Mosiah. Okay, good answer. Anyone else? It said that he stood up. He stood up, right, before the congregation, and he blessed them. How did he do it? How would you say he blessed them? Anyone?
I think he blessed them by confirming the word of the Most High
Mm.
that he prophesied to King David and the generations of kings that will come.
Okay. She said that Zakena Tasilia said she believes that he blessed the people through confirming what was said before through Dawit and or about Dawit and the words of the Most High to the people. Blessing the people, and that's the perfect answer in my opinion as well. Blessing the people is bringing forth the word of the Most High. Blessing the people is showing the individuals how to serve the Most High as well. We're going to read that in a minute, right? So blessing is not just giving something from a monetary standpoint, things like that, but it's things pertaining to the Most High, the word, your actions, how you move. All right. So it says that then the king turned his face and blessed the entire congregation of Israel, while the entire congregation of Israel was standing. All right. They were standing in this process. He then said, blessed is the Most High, Elohim of Israel, who spoke with his word to my father Dawid, and fulfilled with power, saying, from the day when I took my people Israel out of the land of Mizraim or Egypt, I did not choose a city from among all the tribes of Israel in which to build a temple where my name would be, nor did I choose a man to be a ruler over my people Israel. And he didn't, right? The Most High was supposed to be our king, but why did he allow other kings to come forth? Anyone? Why did he allow it?
Because of our choices.
Our choices.
And fear is what puts a barrier between us and the Creator.
Fear is what puts a barrier through us and the Creator.
Yeah.
So that
Everything in us.
Okay. Anyone else?
We asked for a king.
Okay. We asked for a king.
Want to be like everybody else.
Want to be like everyone else? Go ahead.
I think to show the people what happens when you are satisfied with the desires of your heart. Of course, we know he puts righteous desires in our heart, but it's almost like in the wilderness when they were complaining for quail.
Mhm.
And he gave them so much quail they became sick of it. So when they asked for a king to be like the nations, he was able to show them, okay, this is what you want. You know, as the old saying is, absolute power correct. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And so showing how man is flawed and fallible, the hearts of the kings became corrupt. And he was able again to show when you did not trust in me alone, when you did not depend on me to be your king, and you want a king in men, you know, showing how they went astray.
Mhm.
In many of those cases. Many of the kings themselves became corrupt. I think that was part of it to show he always is glorifying himself all the more, even through the mistakes of the people, to show that he is perfect. He is the only righteous judge, the only righteous. It's almost like, okay, that's what you want. I'm gonna prove my point, even through that.
Okay.
The kings that y'all have. And then in redeeming Israel time and time again, he shows his supremacy. That's what I think.
Okay. Toda. All excellent answers, all right answers, in my opinion as well. Toda. Hopefully you all heard her. All right. Verse 6. But I chose Jerusalem for my name to be there, and I chose David to rule over my people Yisrael. So he ended up allowing that, right? Verse 7, it was in the heart of my father David to build a temple for the sake of the Most High, Elohim of Yisrael. But the Most High said to my father David, inasmuch as it has been in your heart to build a temple for my name, you have done well by having this in your heart. You, however, shall not build the temple. Rather, your son, who will emerge from your loins, he will build a temple for my name, right? So we know that David couldn't build it. Why? Why couldn't David build the temple? Too much on him, right? Too much blood on him. And this temple is supposed to be pure, clean, and things of that nature, right? So Shlomo had that to do. Verse 10, now the Most High has fulfilled his word and that he spoke. For I have risen in place of my father David, and I sit on the throne of Israel as the Most High spoke. And I have built the temple for the sake of the Most High, Elohim of Yisrael's name. And I have set there the ark wherein is the covenant of the Most High, which he made with the children of Yisrael. He stood before the altar of the Most High in front of the entire congregation of Yisrael and spread out his hands. For Solomon had made a copper laver 5 cubits long, 5 cubits wide, and 3 cubits tall, and placed it in the midst of the courtyard. And he now stood on it. Then, watch this, he knelt on his knees in front of the entire congregation of Yisrael and spread out his hands towards heaven. This is a sign of humility, right? This isn't to say that people that are standing, that they're not humble. It is to say that it's levels. When I was speaking to Ab earlier about what we're talking about, these individuals at their highest level of servitude of the Most High, they humbled themselves completely. And then they humbled themselves completely in front of the people who they were teaching. It was 2 reasons, in my opinion. One, because they had a love and a reverence to the Most High, but also to show them how to serve the Most High. I think that's probably one of the most important things, because we see throughout the text, when you get a select amount of people, don't have to be thousands, but if you get a nice amount of people that know how to serve the Most High properly, nobody can stop you, because the Most High is in the midst of each and every one. So he's getting down on his knees in front of the entire congregation of Yisrael as the leader of within the congregation, showing humility. 1, because he has that servitude of the Most High at this point, and 2, to teach and spread out his hands towards heaven. He said, the Most High, Elohim of Yisrael, there is none like you, O Elohim, in the heavens nor on the earth, who preserves covenant and the kindness of your servants, who walk before you with all their heart. For you have preserved for your servant, my father David, all that you have spoken to him. You spoke with your mouth, and with your power fulfilled this very day. And now, O Most High, Elohim of Israel, preserve your promise to your servant, my father David, that you spoke to him, saying, there shall not cease from you a man to sit before me upon the throne. You have gone, a throne of Israel, provided that your children preserve their way, right? So he's given us things that we have to do. It says, provided that your children preserve their way to follow my Torah, as you have gone before me. I want to stop there. The only way you can follow the Torah is if you study the Torah, live the Torah. Yes, teachers are supposed to bring forth things that maybe you may not see, things of that nature. Prince brought some earlier saying that the purpose of reason we read like this, especially me, I read a lot, I'm sorry. But the reason we do is because we do understand that people are just living their life day to day, and that they're giving honor and words to the Most High, and their life might be good, have a good life, but they're not knowing the word fully. They're not knowing the culture. They're not knowing that they might be offending the Most High. Maybe they're not even trying. So he's able to, before the people, he prayed, he bowed with humility, and then what else did he do? He quoted the scripture. He quoted the scripture. When we come to the Most High, we can bring remembrance of what the Most High did and brought forth before us to our forefathers. But the only way to do that, and mothers, but the only way to do that is we have to know the scripture. We got to study it. All right. So he says, provided that your children preserve their way. So it ain't even just talking about the adults. It says your children. We're walking this path, but some of us are not investing in our children how we should, especially those that's even living with us, on how to move properly, how to have respect to elders, what to do when elders come in, being more helpful, how to speak. Like these are all a part of our culture, all within the Torah. Okay. Let's keep going. Verse 18. Would the Most High truly dwell on earth with man? Behold, the heavens and the highest heavens cannot contain you, and surely not this temple that I have built. But may you turn to the prayer. So he understands that the Most High is everywhere, right? But this, we're dedicated. We're doing something right now. He said, but may you turn to the prayer of your servant and to his supplication. O Most High, to hear the cry and the prayer that your servant prays before you today, that your eyes be open towards the temple, toward this temple day and night, to the place of which you said that you would place your name there, to hear the prayer that your servant should pray in this place. And may you hear the supplications of your servant and of your people Yisrael, which they shall pray in this place. May you hear it from the place of your habitation, from heaven. May you hear and forgive. So he says, when your people are in this place, let's keep going. Watch this. If a man should wrong his fellow who imposes an oath upon him and adjures him, and the oath comes before your altar in this temple, may you hear from heaven, may you act and judge your servants, condemning the wicked party to place the consequences of his way upon his head, and vindicating the righteous party to give him according to his righteousness, right? If your people, verse 24, are defeated by an enemy because they have sinned against you, and then they return to you and praise your name, and they pray and supplicate before you in the temple, may you hear from heaven and forgive the sin of your people, Yisrael, and return them to the land that you give to them and their forefathers. If the heavens are restrained and they be no rain, for they have sinned against you, and they pray toward this place. So now at first he's talking about in the place. Now he's saying toward this place, right? And praise your name, and they repent for their sin, so that you will respond to them. May you hear from heaven to forgive the sin of your servants and your people Israel, when you teach them the proper path in which they should walk. I thought this was important, and this is what I was talking to you about. I thought that this was important because we see that Yisrael continues to do things, and then they'll call and cry to the Most High. And the Most High, due to him loving us, he comes back to us at that moment, right? Trying to teach us how through his prophets, because it says to teach them the proper path. Teaching them the proper path comes through the teachers that he's sending, right? The people that are walking that path righteously. Verse 28, if there be a famine in the land, if there be a pestilence, if there be wind blast or withering or locust or grasshopper, if Yisrael's enemy oppresses it in the land of their cities, any plague, any disease, for any prayer and any supplication that any person of your entire people of Israel may have, each man knowing his own afflictions and his own pain, when he spreads out his hands in prayer toward this temple, may you hear from heaven the foundation of your abode, and forgive and recompense every man according to his ways, as you know his heart. For you alone know the hearts of people, so that they may fear you to follow your ways all the days that they live upon the land which you give or gave to your forefathers. Now, this next subject that he's about to speak of, I think is very interesting. And I would love to see y'all thoughts when I bring it out, because I don't know if people really saw this. It says, also a Gentile who is not of your people Israel, but will come from a distant land for your great name's sake, and your strong hand and your outstretched arm, and they come to pray in this temple. May you hear from heaven the foundation of your abode, and act according to all that the Gentile calls out to you, so that all the nations of the world may know your name, to fear you as does your people Israel, and to know that your name is proclaimed upon this temple that I have built. The prior subjects before this, and the ones that we're going to read after, did you all notice that he had gave them the opportunity, Israel, to pray towards the temple, even if they're not present? But for the Gentile, was it the same? That same request was having them come to the temple. It wasn't having them praying towards the temple. I thought that was interesting. All right. That's just me. It's something small, but it's amazing how he separates what he gives us the opportunity due to our captivities or where we might be, and giving us an opportunity to come and embolden him in prayer towards the direction that he would hear our requests and our prayers. But he required of the Gentile to come. Go ahead.
Could that be because of us basically being his children, and that connection is there as like in terms of like the Gentiles, they wouldn't necessarily have that direct connection. They wouldn't have that, I guess, that energetic connection. So they would have to physically come into his presence in order to pray and to request certain things. Whereas we already have a certain type of connection with him, so therefore we could pray towards the temple. It wouldn't have to be physically present.
Okay. Okay, I think it's a good school of thought that you brought forth. I believe it. You got any comments on what you said, Chris? Nah. All right. I just wanted to bring that portion out. We're finishing up the 6th chapter, and I brought this out because we're still dealing with Jehoshaphat, right? But we're going to see something at the end of this 6th chapter, because it's a teaching out there for those that's not Yisrael that will. I'm just going to keep reading. You're going to see it. Just watch. Verse 34, it says, when your people goes to war against their enemy, along the course on which you shall send them, and they direct their prayers towards the Most High by way of the city that you have chosen and the temple that I have built for your name, from heaven may you hear their prayer and their supplication and carry out their judgment. When they sin against you, for there is no man who never sins. Again, you all, there is no man that never sins, right? But that does not mean that that man that sins is not righteous. And it does not mean that that man that sins or woman is a sinner, because sinners cannot be close to the Most High. He removes himself completely, right? Sinners is different. Let's keep going. And you can't be righteous and be a sinner either. For those that maybe wonder, you can't be righteous and be a sinner. All right. For there is no man who never sins, and you become angry with them, and you deliver them to an enemy, and their captors take them away to a fairware or nearby land, right? And they take it to heart in the land where they were taken captive, and they repent and supplicate to you in the land of their captivity, saying, we have sinned, we have been iniquitous, we have been wicked. And they return to you with all their heart and with all their soul in the captivity, or in the land of their captivity, in the land of their captivity, in the land of their captivity. All right. We can serve the Most High in the land of our captivity, in the land of, right? Keep that in mind. Of those who had captured them, and they pray by way of their land that you gave to their forefathers, and by way of the city that you have chosen, and through the temple that I built for your name. May you hear their prayer and their supplications from heaven, the foundation of your abode, and carry out their judgment, and forgive your people who sinned against you. Now, my Elohim, may your eyes be open and your ears attentive to the prayers of this place. Okay. Now arise, the Most High, to your resting place, you and the ark of your might. May your Kohanim, O Most High be clothed in salvation, and may your righteous ones rejoice in goodness. The Most High Elohim do not turn back the request of your anointed one. Remember the righteousness of your servant David. So he's referencing back to David because he has a certain covenant with David. So if you're not going to hear me, please do it for the sake of David and what you had brought forth through David. Now it's going to be something that we're going to see going forward in chapter 7, dealing with what the Most High says to him. All right. But any questions so far with this last chapter that we just read? Any comments, any thoughts, concerns? Any? Prince? You looking deep thought. All right.
I put it in the YouTube that it's from what Solomon said when he was blessing the people, he truly understood ourselves as in relation to our Creator, and what he said is like the Most High does not necessarily need anything from us.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need us to dedicate anything to him outside of ourselves, right? But he deals with us according to our limitations and what we know, what we can provide. But he deals with us according to our intentions, and if our intentions are pure, he will come and give us the desires of our hearts.
Okay.
That's what I gathered from what he said, because he fully
that. Yeah.
You know what? On the flip side of what you just said, anytime we put something before the Creator, we made that a desire, he gives us over to that too. And he'll submerge you in that so much, and it'll end up destroying your life, all types of things. When you desire and you put things that are unright, anything before him, he'll give you over to that thing. And being a woman, if you put a man before the Creator, he'll give you over to that man. If you put drugs before the Creator, he'll give you over to the drugs. You put money before him, he'll give you over to that. Your desire to crave money will be so bad that you'll go to work on the Shabbat day, knowing that you shouldn't do it.
And that I believe foundationally came from our decision to indulge in good and evil. You know, because that is what's the whole thing. Our desire to know good and evil, to be like the Elohim.
And that's why I believe too, it's important to watch what you vow, because whatever you're vowing, going back to your dedication point, that's basically a vow. I'm vowing, Most High, that I dedicate this to you, right? Be careful what you do, because a lot of things that I was saying earlier, these things are supposed to be dedicated, and now you're doing things that is causing you to be further and further away from the Most High, that is disrespectful to the Most High, right? You're going against that vow that you put forth. So you might want to remove that a little bit, limit your vows, work on yourself to be able to accomplish those things, right? All right, we're going to go through chapter 7, but watch this though. Watch this. It says, verse 1, when Shlomo finished praying, okay, so he did that whole prayer, came before the people, bowed, right? Showed how he was supposed to be humble before the Most High. It says, when Shlomo finished praying, the fire came down from heaven and consumed the burnt offering and the feast offerings. And the glory of the Most High filled the temple. The Kohanim could not enter the temple of the Most High, for the glory of the Most High filled the temple, right? Verse 3, all the children of Israel were watching when the fire and the glory of the Most High descended upon the temple, and they bowed down with their faces to the ground upon the floor, and they prostrated themselves and were giving praise to the Most High. Now, I'm not bringing this out to say this is what we all have to do. I would prefer it. I would prefer it. I want to make sure I say that too. but they understood the reverence that belonged to the Most High. And the person that started it is the leader. The leader started it. Shlomo gave them the example, and then now you see they did it at this point. But watch this. It says, they bowed down with their face to the ground upon the floor, and they prostrated themselves and were giving praise to the Most High, for he is good, for his mercy endures forever, right? A lot of people used to say that scripture. Verse 4, the king and the entire people were bringing an offering before the Most High. Shlomo brought the cattle offering of 22,000 and sheep of 120,000, and they dedicated the temple of the Most High. The king and all the people. The Kohanim was standing at their watches, as well as the Levites, with the Most High musical instruments, right? We was talking about music, and you saw how people feeling when my Israelite sister got up here singing, and and everybody was singing musical instruments, which King David had made for giving thanks to the Most High, for his mercy endures forever. For David's praises in their hands, while the Kohanim were blowing trumpets opposite them, and all of Israel was standing. Shlomo sanctified the interior of the courtyard that was before the temple of the Most High. So the Christians got it right on that part, right? Giving the praise, got the instruments, all that stuff, right? We can definitely learn from that aspect, or get back to our roots in that area. Go ahead.
Yes, sis.
I had a comment on this, what resonated with me, but
No, go ahead.
So what is really striking about this passage and these contextual scriptures is, again, coming back full circle to this idea of humility. And it is through humility that power is shown. His strength is shown through our humility. And it's interesting that Shlomo, again, before this, I believe this is when he prayed, and was visited in the dream and said, I'm but a little child before you. And he sought wisdom and understanding to govern the people. And because he did not ask for power, because he did not ask for riches and glory, all that was given to him. But the fact that his primary striving was for wisdom and understanding, that himself was showing humility. When we come to the Most High childlike, admitting he is so much greater than we can fathom, and even in all our learning and all our education and understanding, we are still but like children, because we cannot fathom the magnitude of his mysteries. And it's only through him imparting his wisdom that we are able to do anything, to govern ourselves, let alone a king governing the people. And we know that the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Most High. And that fear is also reverence. And so in that humility that Solomon displayed, then it's just the order of everything. His humility and his prayer and being given wisdom and understanding, which is fear, which is obedience. Then demonstrating that for the people by kneeling down. And then the people following with them. And then in that order, then the temple was dedicated and purified. Because we know we are the temple. So we know that the temple reflects what is supposed to be us being purified. And so it's just interesting, this trajectory shows that the proper order to be purified and sanctified and set apart as his temple, even individually and collectively as Israel, requires first humility. And that humility is the obedience and fear and reverence that brings wisdom. And, again, as a king governing the people, that's just a symbol of us being able to govern ourselves through obedience and be governed by the Most High and humility. So I'm just struck by how precise that order is. So all of that had to happen in Shlomo before the temple itself was dedicated. And the temple itself is a physical building, of course, is metaphorical at the same time for us. Again, individually as human souls, collectively as Israel, being the temple, the dwelling place of the Most High. So that purification and dedication comes after and is contingent upon humility. That's what I'm.
All right. May the Most High be praised. The point that I was going to bring out was two things. First thing is, when someone's reading, you have a problem. A lot of us, we have a problem. Our minds go distant somewhere, and we really don't fully take in what's being said or what's being read. We're not really following along with the story. We should try to stay focused so that we can follow along with the story, because this is a very, very powerful story in the development of us as a people who claim to want to serve the Creator. So if we watch this story that he's reading now, it ties into what was said earlier about how to really worship the Creator. He gave us an example of so many things, what they was doing to give praises to the Creator. You know, if you would take the time to read it again, maybe y'all start watching it now. But he talks about all the different intricate parts in really honoring and worshiping and praising this King. It was all compiled in that scripture. But from prostrating on the ground to singing to praising, all that stuff is all wrapped up in that scripture. But if you're not following, you'll miss these important steps to how to get right with the Creator. Sometimes you read things, like a lot of times we read scriptures, and the genealogies be so long, people don't want to read them. So when you read them, their minds drift and they go somewhere because they don't see the connection or the relevance. If you stop and just focus, you'll learn so much through the genealogy, and you can tie that person to this person, and now all of a sudden it makes sense why that situation played out the way it did, because you saw he was the son of that man who did something in his previous life. So don't let it get swayed. Don't let your mind drift off when you're hearing something and it sounds like this is not interesting. I'm telling you, everything we read out of this book will be interesting if you are truly a student of righteousness and you really want to get right with the Most High. Toda, thank you.
Okay. And there's going to be some points going forward. I chose this exactly what Prince brought out, because there's so many different elements in here to help us to see what they were doing in their righteous points, because all of them didn't continue in their righteousness, but in their righteous points and what the Most High did. We should see what the Most High did does according to each individual that we're reading their actions. When we see how he responds to their actions, then it'll let us know, okay, I need to go that route. I need to press it to go that route all the time. It's going to be hard sometimes, but I need to press. So that's the point I'm going. I know it's some boring points here, but it's fascinating if you really take the time and listen or read it yourself. I promise you. All right, let's keep going. Now, this is the part that I was bringing out that you may run into in your journey, depending on how long you've been in this or how long you haven't been in this. Just watch this. It says, when verse 11, when Solomon or Shlomo finished the temple of the Most High and the king's palace and succeeded in all that had entered Solomon's mind to making the temple of the Most High and in his own house, I think that was important too. He didn't just focus on the temple portion, because the temple portion being that supposed to be pure, how it's supposed to move, how we're supposed to operate within it, but he did it in his house as well. It wasn't I'm getting on YouTube and I'm doing this, or I'm teaching in the Knesset, but at home I'm being crazy. I'm doing stuff behind people's back. That's against the Most High, against the law. He said in the temple and his house, right? Verse 12, it says, the Most High appeared to Solomon at night and said to him, as you brought out, I have heard your prayer. Watch this. And I have chosen this temple to be this place to be a temple of offering for me. Pay attention to how the Most High responds to him. If I have ever restrained the heavens so that there will be no rain, or if I have command locusts to devour the land, or if I have ever sent a pestilence among my people, and my people upon whom my name is proclaimed humble themselves and pray and seek my presence and repent of their evil doings, I will hear from heaven and forgive their sin and heal their land. Most people stop at that verse, but let's keep reading. Most people stop at that verse. Verse 5, now my eyes will be open and my ears attentive to the prayers of this place. And now I have chosen and sanctified this temple, that my name should remain there forever. And my eyes and my heart should remain there all the days. And as for you, now that's the second part of the subject. He said that my name is going to remain here forever, because as we continue to read, it's going to seem like now he's giving him what's the word I'm looking for? Like an ultimatum, so to speak. You got to do this. If you don't, then I'm removing what I'm saying to you. But that's not what he's saying. Watch. He says, as for you, if you walk before me as your father David walked, or David, and do all that I have commanded you, and observe my decrees and my statutes, then I shall uphold the throne of your kingdom, as I promised your fathers David, saying, no man of yours will be cut off as a ruler of Israel. But if you turn away and forsake my decrees and commandments that I have placed before you, and you go and worship the powers of others and prostrate yourselves to them, then I will uproot them from upon my land that I have gave them. And this temple that I have sanctified for my name, I will dismiss from my presence. And I will make Israel a parable and a conversation piece among all the nations. And this temple, which should be so exalted, all who pass by it will be appalled and say, why did the Most High do such a thing to this land and to this temple? And they will say, because they forsook the Most High, the Elohim of their fathers, who brought them out of Mizraim, and they grasped the powers of others and prostrated themselves to them and worshiped them. Therefore, he brought all this evil upon them. Now, we serve a power that forgives us, right? He puts stuff in place. Right here, it seems like, okay, if you do this wrong, I'm going to remove this prayer that you're asking of me. You're asking if someone comes before me in all these different, I think it was 4 subjects that was mentioned, four subjects. If this happens in this prayer, then I will hear their prayers. But right here, he's saying that if you go opposite, I'm not going to go that route, what I just promised, right? But that's not the case. Any questions? We're going to keep going, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in a minute. Is there any questions pertaining to this chapter? Any questions pertaining to this chapter? Any comments? Any thoughts?
It seemed almost like foreshadowing, as the Most High is speaking to Shalom. He's like, listen, if you do this, I'm letting you know, almost like in the book of Genesis, where he was like, Cain, chata or transgression is at your door. What are you going to choose to do? It seems like he's doing the same thing with Solomon, because of course the Most High knows all, but it's like he's warning him, like, listen, if you don't do this, then this is what's going to happen. And I'm letting you know, I can see your heart, I can see what you are, what you are inclined to. So it's almost like he's giving him a forewarning to let him know.
Okay, it's the same thing what we do with our children. Our children, we done lived our lives. We know things that they may run into depending on what route they go. So if you do this, this is what you need to do to not run into that, right? But if you do this, this is what can happen. True. Any more questions? Any more comments, thoughts? All right. Let's go ahead and jump to chapter 17. And I'm going to still address this part that I'm speaking of, but it won't be into the 20th chapter. Chapter 17. We're only reading 9 verses. No worries. Oh, goodness gracious. Chapter 17. All right. And it says, now we're going back to Jehoshaphat. We didn't leave it. We was coming back to Jehoshaphat. This whole thing was dealing and bringing us back to Jehoshaphat, right? It says, verse 1, his son Jehoshaphat reigned in his place, and he strengthened his reign over Yisrael. He placed forces in all the fortified cities of Yehuda. And for those that's wondering, does anyone know who his father is? Jehoshaphat? King Asa? Okay, King Asa. is his father, right? That's all right. Yes, Jehoshaphat. Who's Jehoshaphat? Father. I don't remember. That's awesome. I might be saying it wrong. So verse 2. He placed forces in all the 45 cities of Yehuda, and he stationed garrisons in the land of Yehuda and in the cities of Ephraim, that his father Asa or Asa had captured. The Most High was with Jehoshaphat, for he followed the original path of his father David, and did not seek out the Baal idols, but he sought out the Most High of his father and followed his commandments, unlike the deeds of the kingdom of Israel. So the Most High established the kingdom in his hands, and all of Yehuda brought tribute to Jehoshaphat, and he had much wealth and honor. His heart was elevated in the ways of the Most High. His heart was elevated, you all, in the ways of the Most High. Furthermore, he eliminated the high places and Asherah trees from Yehuda. Watch this. In the 3rd year of his reign, he sent his Sarim, right, officers, Ben-Hel, Obadiah, Zechariah, Nathanael, and Micah to give instruction in the cities of Yehuda. The instruction is what in Hebrew? For my Hebrew students, Torah, right? Instruction. But this doesn't say instruction in Hebrew. Say lalamed, to teach, right, in the cities of Yehuda. But we're going to see it's still going to reverse to the book of the Torah, Sefer Tarat, in the next couple verses. With them were Levites, Shemaiah, Nathani, Zebediah, Asahel, Shemaraimoth, Yehonathan, Adoniah, Tobiah. That's the name. Tobiah we was talking about. And told Adoniah, the Levites, and with them were Elishama and Yehoram and the Kohanim. They gave instruction in Yehuda, taking with them the book of Torah of the Most High. They went around to all the cities of Yehuda and they taught among the people. Why did I really want to highlight that portion? And that's the reason I wanted to highlight that portion is because they carried the book of the Torah with them, right? We want to make sure we're carrying it at all times. I know we got phones, so we could go through our what is it called? U version or whatever it is, and just read and study. But we want to make sure that we're carrying this instruction with us at all times. All right. Let's go ahead and go to chapter 20. Oh, you got a question? Go ahead.
When you talked about carrying the instruction, it just kind of reminded me of being like actual representation of the Most High. Not only physically carrying it, but carrying it in the way we speak to people, in the way we treat people. In Leviticus 19, the love chapter, and making sure that we are physically acting out the Torah and the instructions and how we carry ourselves, how we treat people, what we do out in the outside world as far as being representations and representatives of what the Almighty, and making sure that we are living in accordance to the Torah and outside to the Gentiles.
Okay, so you got to follow that with the action, as you're saying, you're bringing out, right? And that's what, you go through the scripture, Most High tells us to circumcise our mind, right? Circumcise our way of thinking. Our way of thinking causes us to, it presents our action. How we think or what we do is coming from how we think. So one of the main things, in addition to what you're saying, I believe we really got to get in the Torah. We got to learn the Torah, because there's many people that have the idea, the intellectual analyzing of what these stories are, but we really don't know the Torah. So that's why these individuals are actually carrying the book of the Torah, to really study it, to really get invested in it. But I agree wholeheartedly with what you're saying. Like, actions is very important. Okay.
What are the benefits of carrying the Torah?
Okay.
Why did the king send out these teachers to the people? what are the benefits of carrying Torah?
Well, I believe
Teaching the Torah.
well, the benefits is to show us how to operate as a community or a nation. We got to learn the laws in order for us to thrive. In order us to know how we supposed to move amongst each other, how leadership's supposed to operate. We have to know the laws of the Most High. So the benefits is us being better with one another. The benefits is us serving the Most High properly, right? So these laws, a lot of times these individuals weren't really keeping the laws. Just like today, we're not really keeping the laws, a lot of us. I don't know if I'm answering your question.
Yeah, well, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, this is how we should be thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But then, as a king,
Mm-hmm.
Jehoshaphat as a king,
Okay.
he's reaching beyond how we should think about it, but also outside of the community.
Mm-hmm.
Outside, what happens if we don't do it? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Because I just went beyond where you had stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw in verse 10 what happens when a king or the leadership is following Torah and is encouraging Torah among his people.
Mm-hmm.
This verse 10 is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of us.
Okay.
It says, and the fear of the Most High fell upon all the kingdoms and the land that were around Judah.
Okay.
And they made no war against Jehoshaphat.
Okay.
So he knew what he was doing. I mean, aside from this is how we want to walk with the Most High. This is how we should be as a people. This is our Torah. We, as a king, he is actually protecting his subjects, his people, his kingdom.
Okay. We're going to read about that in chapter 20.
Outside. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to read about the benefit of that. BuildYisrael, it talks about that the king is supposed to be studying the Torah and writing the Torah down. Right? So it speaks of they supposed to know the king next to the Levi or Levites and prophet should know the Torah better than everyone in the community, because they're supposed to write it down as well. And writing helps with memory, reading, of course, and the actions. So in 20 is going to answer your question as to the benefit to the point where we won't even have to lay a hand. If we could get as a community the way that we're going to read in chapter 20 to where we're in unison, we're serving the Most High the way we're supposed to, we may not even have to lay a hand to protect ourselves. So maybe I didn't understand your question initially, forgive me, but in 20 it's going to definitely answer that question too.
No, it is. I mean, that the way you answered it was actually what we're supposed to be doing from our spirit, from our heart, and then the benefits will fall. The fallout will be that.
Okay. Toda for that. Any questions, any more comments in regards to what was brought forth in the reading, or was I came to say about out?
Additionally, additional benefit of carrying with us is it makes me think about how carrying police officers. I think about when I was XP in the Air Force, even though whenever we would make an apprehension, whenever we would prepare to take someone in, even though you may know Miranda by heart, you may know it, but they say you still pull out your card and you read it verbatim, because if you miss a word, they can take that and you can be held liable.
Yes.
Or if you misquote it, or if you leave out just part of it, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used for the court of law. You don't have an attorney. Then you just go to the next one. And you say, well, where's my court appointed attorney? And they say, well, I didn't know I could get one. Why didn't you know? Well, nobody told me that I could. Well, the officer that ended you, he should have already told you that you have a right to an attorney if you got a count form. But I wasn't told that. And then I would go to body cam, so they say, oh, well, yeah, we went back and checked the record. No, he wasn't told that. So now you're not told that, and like I said, it creates a breach.
Okay.
And a lot of even what we read, like I said, is when you look at his contract law. And so most have these contracts in place, and again, like I say, keeping, let's say, leadership being first partaking and being the in the forefront and doing these things, people following suit with these things. So like I said, it lets us know that there will be times that, like I said, yes, say, let me show you chapter and verse. Let me show you where this is. But you know, like I said, but you can carry it with you, and as an example, you can take people and show. But see, here's where it says right here. It's nothing that I'm seeing that lately it's been almost grind to me, because a lot of things as of late, and I'm feeling really over pressed toward this, particularly with a lot of family, people that I've come in contact with, especially a lot of people that are not walking in truth, but walking in, and even that's really we say that they're formal but righteous, but they deny the power. That they'll say and they'll see certain things, and they'll serve or serve the Most High in the way, the fullest capacity that they think that they are. And then they'll say, well, you know, they're doing this and they're doing that. How can they do that? You know, I'm going to give you some trouble. I'm sorry, but you were complaining about this, and something that I've been noticing lately, it seems like my brothers, you know, who would you rather obey? Would you rather obey the creator or man? The creator, of course, obey the creator. And they said, well, Scripture says that you're not supposed to eat this, you're not supposed to eat that. I don't know, but if your doctor said pork is bad for you, he said, if the doctor told you that pork is bad, would you start eating it? Yeah, of course. And then they go scripture, show scripture says this. I don't know about that. But wait a minute, you just said that if the doctor said, you would do this. And it really shows, a lot of this really just shows the thoughts and intent of the heart of people. Do you really want to serve the Creator, like he said? Are you really willing to give up the things that you think that you're giving up? You're not really giving up anything. Because one of the things that goes forth, even like with us carrying around with us as officers of the law, is that because as we are upholders of law or Torah, its instructions, when we go, like, this is our land. Like I said, you may have it on your phone. Like I said, you may have it in your store. You may have, you got. So let's open up here. Let me show you. Let me show you. And then when you show them, if they choose to go, continue to walk in then I mean, the blood is upon their hands. Right. But you release yourself, and even just for the previous, but even as Cody said, like you think about like the benefit. I was looking at the door just yesterday in my mom's house, and I saw some Mormons riding on their bikes. They were going up the road. The Mormons coming through the neighborhood. She was like, "But how do you know?" What do you mean? How do I know? I said, because you see the white shirts, you see the black pants, and you see the book bags, and you see the bicycles. I said, there's a way, and there's a code that you see them, you know them. Because there's a certain way that they carry themselves. You see them and you know them, you identify them because of the way they carry. They set themselves apart. So you know them when you see them. Oh, and he's Amish. How do you know he's Amish? How do you know this? Because they carry themselves in such a way. They don't shave their beard. They don't do this. Well, I'm gonna get my beard. You know, you're not loving, but you're not just a beard. And so, and with a lot of people, even in Christianity, you know, they think it's funny. They're like, well, we're just trying to understand, you know, why you're doing the things that you do. Well, technically, you're doing, like I say, part of what you're doing. And like when you brought up that there are some things, there's certain things that the worship, that's great, but there's a bit more that's required. Like you have to eat the whole roll. You just can't pick and choose. There was a time, and there was a time coming up when I grew up that I was in the comic section. And look, in the comic strip, they would have a horse. Now I didn't know how it worked, but I just saw the horse. I didn't know what my birthday was. I would look through there and see the one. I would pick the one that I wanted to do that day.
And so, and I'm seeing dates, I didn't know. So I'm thinking, I said, this will sound good, you know, it's gonna be a great day. I'm gonna roll with that. Or whatever the little instruction, whatever the little guidance was. But it goes according to what your birthday is. So you just can't, and for see the scripture, you can't just pick and choose the ones that you want. You can't go in and like pick your children, eat, they want to eat the fruit, they want to get the sweet parts out. They want to leave the vegetables and whatever part that you don't like in there. You can't do that. You have to eat the whole room. And that's what in the beauty, even though this coming forth today, it really shows the contrast between current religious leadership today to what it's supposed to be. That's why one of the things that I see that you all and even Prince is that when I see you, when you do what you say, and you say what you do. And so the thing is what you see doing before the thing. And so all you have to do is just follow suit. And so a lot of what you see now is that as do as I say, not as I do, come and serve me, come and serve me. You start thinking about what are you doing? Because we were the second one time before where we saw the leader and his wife had stood up before a congregation of people and told them that you're not going to do this, do that. You know, I'm out the door. And she said, well, you know, he's going, I'm going to be in his back pocket. Everybody's, and I'm looking around my issue and I was looking around. Did y'all hear what they just told y'all? And it's funny. And it almost is, and it really is like, because have you been beaten so much that to you have been dulled? So when someone's literally telling you, and if you don't give me this, don't give me that, I will walk out and leave y'all sitting right here. I will walk out and leave you sheep shepherds. And his Ishah says, well, and I'll be right in his back. And the sheep are left. And now you're starting to emulate what, like say, you know, you're acting like dumb sheep now. Because you're not even listening to what is being told. Because and it goes back to like holding one another, being accountable to one another. And again, the scripture just shows what's in the heart of the people. Like I says that he said, if you continue to do these things, my face will continue to be among you, and I'll do this, but if you don't, I'm going to turn away from you. And it just shows, like I say, that we have to desire, and when you have people of a kindred ruach that where they say we're going to come together, we're going to be together, and so that if one of us goes away, then it'd be like, yo, hey, let me talk to you. According to, can I talk to you a second? I love you, first of all, you know I love you. But I'm noticing that, and we have to be humble enough to receive that instruction, take that instruction, and turn from that way. Don't make a 360, go 180, go the exact opposite way. You make them do 360s, and we come back to where we were, and you continue with it, and then you walk yourself first. So I'm thrilled about it.
So one of the things I wanted to say and commenting on what both of you brought forth, when there's no law, there's no law that's there, right? So them carrying that, in my opinion, when you think of, you can hold people accountable to what they agree on, right? So when the Most High had basically through Moshe asked the people, would you do this? He said, we will do it, basically. Now you can hold them accountable. So if you carrying something around and you bringing this information to them, some people, they're not retaining it. You brought out a scenario right now where they literally said they're going to leave. They're not listening. So you might need it to continue to get the people to understand it. That's my take on it. Last one. Let's go to this last place. And it's going to kind of tie everything together what I'm trying to bring. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I can thank you, everybody, for your patience. I know we've had a lot of commentary, but there's been so much rich material coming out of this, and so many beautiful points have already been brought out. I love what our elder was saying, even about being an officer of the law and reading the Miranda rights for, you have to read it exactly from the book.
That's right.
Lest you be held accountable for libel. And so the idea even of carrying the physical Torah, you can hold yourself accountable and hold others accountable. You can also be that light to other people, because when we are set apart and we live a certain kind of way, people may even see the benefit and be inspired by that. Like, well, how do you live? Why do you live the way you live? Even as he was saying the examples of the Amish with the Jehovah's Witness, they see you dress different, they see you eat differently. I'm a big proponent of eating organic and holistic lifestyles, but even more so supporting that through the word. This is how our power commanded us to live, and also being able to read for ourselves the blessings that come from being obedient to them. And when they see how you thrive, how you live, like, oh, you live long, you don't have certain diseases in your family, because we eat a certain way, we're living a certain kind of way, and then you can show people to read it for themselves. And more importantly, when you physically carry Torah, it's also like, I know I was once in communities of different worships, and in the African Yoruba religion, for example, they walk around with their electric on, their necklaces that are dedicated to their deities. But when you have these necklaces on, a lot of times there are certain taboos associated with them. So even with those necklaces on, for instance, certain people, their deities that they're dedicated to will tell them, you can't eat this, you can't do this, you don't do this, you can't even go certain places if you have your elections on. And so that holds them accountable. And so they know, okay, I have my elections on, I can't even say this type of word, I can't eat this type of food, I can't do these certain kinds of things. And so for us, that will be Torah, physically carrying it and being able to say, okay, I know who I am and the law and the commandments that I'm upholding. And to be able to show other people, I do this not because of my own wisdom, not because I think it's a good idea, but because the Creator said it. And to be able to show it for themselves. And so you're able to, be a light. And if people don't receive it, they don't receive it. But at least you were able to hold them accountable through the word. And also it goes back again full circle to this idea of humility. The humility to say, this is not, I don't do this for myself. It's not my wisdom, epiphany, but these are the words of our Creator. These are the words of our power that commands us to do this. And this is why in our humility we live this way. And again, to show people. And so that, I just love all of the points that everyone has been able to bring out. It's just so right. The scripture is so right. So many beautiful points.
So that.
I have one more thing, sorry. When she was talking, and everybody was talking, I kind of pulled on this, right? It's like a representative of Torah. Right? I never really associated it. I really never did. I just started wearing this, but it confirmed in my mind and my spirit what this is about.
Okay.
It's like carrying Torah.
That's it.
Whatever you put in your spirit, this is what you're supposed to carry with you. And so that it is you're accountable for what is inside you. And when other people are watching, you always have to know that other people are watching. But they always did watch us.
Yep.
They watched us with evil eye, of course, to know into the what is the breach, to go in and attack. Right? We are to, that is why we're supposed to wear these.
Okay.
And I guess yeah.
That's what it is. And you
I really never wore these. These for what? Should I wear these? But now I am everything that is said here is actually affirming and confirming why I should wear it.
Okay.
Okay, and I love that approach. I just love that and identification with that. And I was actually going to say that, I didn't want to just talk too long, but I was going to say that too, in wearing our ZC and wearing our fringes, that too is the physical reminder of Torah. And when we have that on, we're held accountable, like carrying Torah. And again, back to the example, that's why I'm so glad that I was able to see both sides of, going back to the pagan, the Yoruba worship, when they wear those electrics, for example, if you do certain things with those on, you'll be punished, severely, through whatever means by what they believe their deities will do to them. And so it holds you accountable. I know I can't do this while I'm wearing it. And so for us too, in our culture, by wearing ZC, by presenting ourselves a certain way, by physically carrying the Torah, we have to be held accountable. And it's like, how you can't go in certain spaces if you can't physically carry Torah. I hope nobody would be brazen and bold enough to go into a strip club. Like you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. No, I'm physically carrying this thing. And so it's just like when you have your ZC on, you can't go misrepresent our Creator by going even into certain spaces. So it's a protection too. It holds you accountable, but it also protects you from going into different spaces because good and well you wouldn't even feel compelled to go into certain places if you know you have this on, if you know you're physically carrying work. I hope not, like I said, you that brazen, something's wrong. But this is why we are even in dress, even in carrying Torah, and it's a protection for us.
Okay. And I just want to say before we finish, because I do want to get to this last point. I promise you, I do. It's going to tie everything in. But always remember, it's always been only a remnant of a remnant. So even those that was wearing ZZ or fringes or leaders, they were wicked, just like we are today. Not us in general. I'm just saying, as the Israel, we're still that today. It's only a small remnant of people that's truly serving the Most High in action and in word. So that's a thought to think about. All right, last thing, you all. I know we gotta close out, but can I get to the driving point? All right, driving point. Chapter 20. Verse 1 says, "It happened after this that the children of Moab and the children of Ammon, along with some Ammonites, went out to war against Jehoshaphat." All right.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
The Moabites, Ammonites, and who was the other children? They still together.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we was reading Beulah? And the Edomites, all those nations dwell together. They're almost like they're one people.
Okay.
And here we are all the way down here. We still reading about them, still rolling thick as thieves.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Where am I? So verse 2, people came and told Jehoshaphat, saying, "A great multitude is coming against you from the other side of the sea, from Aram. Behold, they are already in Hazazon Tamar, which is in Gadi." Verse 3, he was afraid, so Jehoshaphat turned his attention to seek the Most High. And he proclaimed to fast upon all of Yehuda. So you remember when they was carrying the books and teaching everybody, it was getting them and building them up to all be able to go on one accord. Now watch this one accord that's about to happen. Yehuda, because they learned the ways, the Most High, was gathered to beseech the Most High. They came even from all the cities of Yehuda to beseech the Most High. Jehoshaphat stood in the assembly of Yehuda and Jerusalem in the temple of the Most High before the new courtyard. And he said, "O Most High Elohim of our fathers, behold, you are Elohim in heaven, and you rule over all the kingdoms of the nations. In your hand are power and might, and no one could stand up against you. Surely you are our Elohim. You drove out the inhabitants of this land from before your people Israel, and you gave it forever to the descendants of Abraham, who loved you." This is all going off remembrance. He only could speak this way off of study and action and consistency doing what's spoken and taught. Watch this. "You drove out the inhabitants of this land from before you, your people of Israel, and you gave it to forever for our descendants of Abraham, who love you. They settled in it, and in it they built for you a sanctuary, for your name, saying, if misfortune should come upon us," this is one of those subjects we was reading, "if misfortune should come upon us, war, judgment, plague, or famine, we will stand before this temple. Remember that chapter? It seemed as though he was going to remove himself when Shlomo did what he did. At this point, Shlomo did what he did, but it stood forever. So he's coming back in chapter 20, going back on what he know was within our literature, within our custom, within our culture. He said, if misfortune should come upon us, war, judgment, plague, or famine, we will stand before this temple and before you, for your name is in this temple, and we will cry out to you in our affliction. And you will hear us and save us. Now behold, the people of Ammon, watch this, and Moab and Mount Seir, whom you did not allow Israel to invade when they came from Mizraim, out of Mizraim. Rather, they turned away from them and did not destroy them. But behold, they are repaying us by coming to expel us from your heritage that you have bequeathed to us. Our Elohim, will you not perform justice against them? For we have no strength before this great multitude that is invading us. We do not know what we would do. Rather, our eyes are upon you. Hold on, before I keep reading, watch this. As a king, he didn't get prideful and say, we're just going to do this. He inquired of the Most High first. As people following the leaders within whatever community you're a part of, you should see that in them. If you don't see that in them, my opinion, this ain't law, I wouldn't be around. All right, because they're not seeking the Most High first. These are the examples we should follow. All right. Let's keep reading. Rather, they turned away from them and did not destroy them. But behold, they are repaying us. Our Elohim, verse 12, will you not perform justice against them? For we have no strength before this great multitude that is invading us. We do not know what we should do. Rather, our eyes are upon you. All of Yehuda, at this point, watch this. We're standing before the Most High, including their little children, their wives, and their sons. Our literature is giving us the antidote. They stood, the women, the children, everybody. No children was running around going doing this. They was all. We need everybody, all souls, to worship this Creator. And then what happens after that? The Spirit of the Most High then came upon Jahaziel, son of Zechariah, son of Jael, son of Menathani, the Levite of the descendants of Asaph, in the midst of the congregation. After they did all those things, he said, pay attention, all of Yehuda and the inhabitants of Jerusalem and King Jehoshaphat. Thus says the Most High concerning you, do not fear and do not be intimidated before this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but it's the Most High's. Tomorrow go down against them. Behold, they are advancing by the Ziz ascent, and you will find them at the end of the ravine, facing the wilderness of Jeruel. It is not for you to do battle in this matter. Be strong or erect, stand still, and see the salvation of the Most High. Yeah, don't go out of front. Stay still. I'm going to take care of this, but stay firm in what you know to be true and what you know how to serve me, right? Verse 18, Jehoshaphat bowed down with his face to the ground, and all of Yehuda and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell down before the Most High to prostrate themselves to the Most High, right? They're doing it together. The Levites, of the children of the Kohathites, and of the children of the Korahites, rose up to praise the Most High, Elohim of Yisrael, with an exceedingly loud voice. What press keep bringing out often now, right? The people arose early in the morning, and they went out of the wilderness of Tekoa as they were leaving. Jehoshaphat stood up and said, hear me, O Yehuda, and inhabitants of Jerusalem. Have faith in the Most High, your Elohim, and show yourselves loyal. How do you show yourselves loyal to the Most High? It ain't just us wearing and be presentable, which that's part of it. It's doing it in action. It's doing it in your mind, right? Show yourself loyal and faithful. And have faith in his prophets. A lot of us today, we don't have faith in the prophets or leaders or teachers of today because of what we've been through, what we experienced, who we've been around. But the thing that I want to say and encourage people, if you study this scripture, it's going to show you that that's always going to be the case. You should always know that there is righteous leaders, righteous people, teachers all of the above. It's telling you to be loyal and to have faith in them. The scripture that tells you that don't have faith in man and things of that nature, I might be quoting it wrong. That's a specific subject. If that's the case, why is it telling you to have faith in your prophets right here? It's saying that to say these individuals are showcasing true righteousness and servitude of the Most High. You can't have faith in those individuals, but through the Most High first. And the reason I'm pushing that so hard is because we utilize that to not come together. We ain't supposed to have faith in man. So we're not going to come together at this point. We're not going to come together in a community. The only way that we can is we have to have faith in the Most High first. And we got to believe there are leaders and people that's going to come by and be righteous and serve the Most High together. All right. I'm going to stop there because I don't want to hold up class too long. It's 2:01. But please read down to 33 on your own time in chapter 20. Please read down in 33 to 33. And with that, I yield. Inquire the Most High first. And that's going to require us to come together and do the things that is needed to serve the Most High properly. That's how we're going to acquire.
I want to mention something that touches on what Naseekh was just speaking about. A lot of you might not be aware of what I'm about to say, because we live in a day and time today that the Europeans have stolen our minds and given us a fraction of what they say how we're supposed to worship the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
But in the ancient days, everybody didn't pray to the Creator. It didn't happen. They went to holy men,
mm-hmm.
prophets and priests and kings and those type of things. And they would ask them to pray on their behalf. But today, with the invention of Christianity and things of that nature, we just take it upon ourselves to approach the Creator. Now, I'm not saying for you not to do that today, because if that's all you know, that's what you know. But just let that sit in. And I'm jumping on the portion where my brother just brought out. We didn't take it upon ourselves to just approach the Creator on our own. Today we do. So if you do, all I would ask is that you ask the Most High for permission to approach Him before you start with your prayer. That way, at least you're showing Him respect and honor. With our mind state today, we don't know how to honor the Creator. We don't. Some of us think just by the simple fact that I'm praying to the Creator, I'm honoring Him, and you're not. You could be disrespecting Him. The one man that stood by and saw the Ark of the Covenant falling over and reached his arms out to stop it from falling, in his mind, he was honoring the Creator. But what did the Creator do to him? Took his life because he was told not to do it. And a lot of times we don't understand the severity in how to approach the Most High King. So all I'm asking is that if you decide that you want to approach the Creator on your own, that you would ask Him for permission to approach Him before you do. Then go on with your prayer. Right? All right. Thank you very much.
Can I add to that? We see stories. I mean, well, even without the stories of the scripture, before when people approach kings, they didn't just approach kings, right? I know we look at the Most High as being a king, of course, but they're also like our Father, right? But even with parents, if your parent was doing business, you didn't just run in there. I mean, some children do, but for the most part, you don't do that. So I just wanted to add that, who was that? Hadassah? She was afraid to even go before her own husband that was the king until she, to pray on behalf, all this stuff, all that. They had different mindsets. That's what I was saying to you earlier. I'm like, the mindsets we had was just different today. Somebody hear Prince say this and be like, man, y'all crazy. I could talk to them. They won't understand it because why? They're not doing in the story that we just read in chapter 18, when he was saying they took the book everywhere. They was invested in understanding what our forefathers and mothers understood of respect to the Creator, to the eternal power. With that, I yield.
I just wanna, I'm not gonna.
Go ahead.
discuss
Go ahead,
that,
you go ahead.
but this is something that came to me this morning, the same topic, but I will indulge later. Because I wrote down everything that was on my mind.
It's good.
It's the same topic.
You gonna let us read it?
Same.
You gonna let us read it? You gonna let us read it?
Okay, not now.
Yeah, okay.
We'll discuss it later.
Yes?
I think that's a great point, that you all brought out, approaching the Creator with the proper reverence and protocol. Because there's protocol among men that we would follow to the letter. And how much more our Creator, you can't approach the President of the United States, as wicked as he is, before going through different intercessors and intermediaries. And even in the royal family, I was researching the British monarchy. Their own children can't even approach them. Without going through different servants and different ambassadors and emissaries. So again, how much more the Creator, and why don't we give the Creator that reverence? Sometimes I would tell my Yeladim, when it comes down to the Shabbat, it comes down to just presenting the house acceptable, to even go into that mindset. Even if you're, when they were in public school, even if your teacher knocked on the door, you wouldn't want them coming in the house looking any type of way. You wouldn't want to present yourself looking any type of way, let alone some celebrity or politician or the president. If they were to grace your presence, you would tighten up. So again, how much more the Creator, how much more should we have reverence and fear for the Creator to present ourselves, to even go through the proper protocol and procedure to approach Him the proper way. So I appreciate you bringing out that point.
No problema. One more thing. I also want y'all to know that a lot of our forefathers couldn't read and write. The majority of the vast population could not read and write. They were illiterate. They could speak, they could hear, they could listen, but if they saw it written, they couldn't read and write. They couldn't even write their own name for the majority of them. So a lot of the things about the Creator, they had to be taught, like the lesson came out today, why they had to take the Tanakh, the Torah, and go through the streets, teach the people how to serve the Creator. All right? So don't think it's like today where you can just go get your Bible or your scriptures and read it up, look and research for yourself. In the ancient days, the majority of the people couldn't read and write. The rich people could, the priesthood could, and people of a secret order could. But the majority of them was illiterate, especially in the European nations. Ooh, they were really bad, but it is what it is. So may the Most High be praised. If there are any more questions, if there are not, any other questions? Anyone? Any other comments? Yes.
This is one of my favorite scriptures, the 2 Chronicles 20, because it shows a very clear representation of what we are to do. And that you brought out again that the Father did not give an ultimatum saying that he just, if you did this, he just was not, everything was rendered null and void, right? So I think that what I was reading, because with Jehoshaphat, it said that he walked in the way of his father David, therefore he upheld that covenant, because even though some people, before him broke that covenant, he came back to the covenant, and because he came back to the covenant, the Most High still honored that covenant. So he still went on his behalf, because he followed the instruction of 2 Chronicles 7 and 14. First and foremost, he humbled himself before the Most High. He came to the Most High and he said, listen, I know I cannot do this. We don't have strength of our own. And then, as Zakena was saying, him being the leader and leading in righteousness, all the people followed him and they followed suit. And so they were able to be a God in that humility and in that submission unto the Most High, for the Most High to be able to then move on their behalf and them not even have to lift a finger and everybody's defeated and then they go and gather this bull for 3 days that they couldn't even carry. You know, this is such a great example of what following the order of the Most High does. And again, back to, I think that just like almost like the common theme of today, and a lot of this is just humility, humbling ourselves before the Most High and making sure that as we approach Him, as we seek His face, that we are humbling ourselves before Him and we are laying in a posture and position of honor and reverence unto Him so that we can work on it.
That's right.
Praise.
Yes.
Just to go with what Akoti was just saying, the lineage even of the importance of Shalom, Solomon becoming a king after David, and a lot of people don't realize that he had 2 names, if I'm not mistaken. Yediah or Yediah is one of his names. And even the etymology, that's why, learning our language is so important, and reading it properly, thinking of David and his name echoing like Anila Dodi, the beloved of the Most High. And then Yedidiah, that meaning being a friend of the Most High, but also the connotation of being beloved of the Most High. And so the idea that, David himself had different sons, but it was Shlomo, it was Yedidiah who was chosen to carry on that legacy. And David, as they love, a man after the Most High's heart, because of his abject, utter humility. He was the one who wrote, is the humble and contrite heart, the broken heart, that is the acceptable sacrifice to the Most High. And so again, going back to the humility, Shlomo, Yedidiah, again, echoing that beloved, Yedidiah, the language is so important. That's the Most High already knew. All the other sons would have carried on because of his humility to seek understanding and wisdom through reverence, through fear, through obedience of the Most High. And also, what I think is so important in the order of even the temple, going back to what you were reading, there's an order even to how the temple was consecrated. So him kneeling before the people and humbling himself, prostrating and lifting his hands, and then the sacrifices were given. And the sacrifices, I believe also represent metaphorically the killing of the flesh. So you're already prostrating yourself in humility. Then the killing of the flesh, the shedding of blood, being a different component of it. And then even after that, the fact that there's a certain order, the music wasn't played before that, the music came after that. And the lifting up of praises, and even science has proven how music itself has such an effect on our DNA, has such an effect on our mind. The music itself bringing us in alignment with the presence of the Most High. So again, I'm just always in awe of the specific order, like you were saying earlier. A lot of times we can read it and think certain parts are boring and skip over it, but there's such specificity in the order of things, and reading it in order, and seeing the order of how things were conducted. But again, this was just so beautiful. A share, and everyone contributing their thoughts just made it that much richer.
I wanna say, toda to the children. You all did an amazing job today.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody just relaxed, and I just want to give y'all some honor. Toda.
Any other questions or comments? We done? May the Most High be praised. We see y'all back at 4 o'clock. We're going to take our break and we're going to return back at 4 o'clock today. Great weather.
Shalom.
Shalom, family.